And welcome to the Cyber Shindig podcast, everybody. It's a fucking great episode today, I can already tell. In the studio, live from New Orleans, it's Sunday afternoon. We have Carissa Thiel, the freaking New Orleans queen, the parade master herself, coming in with all the animals, all the alligators, all of the marsupials, as we talked about earlier. All the face-biting diseases you could imagine up in here. Thanks for joining us, Carissa. It's been a long time coming. We've wanted you on for a while.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And you're finally home in Indiana, which is awesome.
Finally, and it snowed.
Yeah.
Lovely weather.
Thanks for bringing that shit with. I don't know what the weather is in New Orleans, but man, it's probably nicer.
It's like
there.
Sunny with a high of 75.
Wouldn't it be
the
nice?
dream? The dream.
It's getting humid, though.
Oh, I don't do humidity. I sweat too much. I sweat way too much.
As an individual, I already sweat quite a bit.
So those are that's a quote directly from me. So you're right. That's crazy. Yeah, that's awesome that you're up. You're in for a week or so. Is that right?
Yeah, I came in Thursday night and I leave Tuesday evening.
Okay, so enough time to hang out, see your family, friends, all that good stuff.
Build a snowman.
Yeah,
You
snowman.
You might be able to. It's actually pretty nice out right now, though.
Yeah,
it's like 50s, 60s.
It's supposed to get up to 55.
The sun is warm.
But you know, what can happen the rest of the week? Who knows?
Rain,
snow,
probably.
Earthquakes, who knows?
The end of the world. You know.
Wouldn't
Typical
be surprised.
shit. Typical shit. Guys, Mike got a new freaking cell phone, and
I did.
I am pumped for him.
Woo! My other one, the iPhone 5, it was not charging very well. I would sit there and fiddle with 5 minutes before bed, trying to get the wire just right so it would start to charge.
Mike was always carrying around these floppy disks with him to put it in his phone because he was running out of memory with it. It was pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people know what floppy disks are that listen to this show.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I got kind of fed up with it Saturday morning. So right before we all got together to go up to Chicago, I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if there's any phones. They had a rollback for the iPhone 6, baby.
Yeah, dude, that's a nice phone.
Went to Walmart, got it, and called it a day.
Wally World.
Making decisions.
Hell yeah.
Making moves.
That camera is way nicer, too, by the way. And now you'll be able to play Pokemon Go.
That was my biggest reason.
Pokemon Go? Come on.
Because at work, we have a Pokestop. It's right next door to us.
It's fake.
I'm like, what a fucking waste of time.
Mike's walking across the street during his break every day.
Well, it has a clip. I got the case and it came with a clip.
Nice.
So I'm just going to clip it to my belt and while I'm walking around helping people, I'm going to every 10 minutes get the Pokestop, spin it. Yeah.
Just swipe the shit
You'll hear
out
the
of it.
sound effect.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's pretty exciting though. Dude, new phones, always a good time.
Yeah, you spend the day customizing it to how you had it before.
Yeah. You want all your icons in the same spot.
Yeah.
It's true. I don't like a lot of clutter on mine, so it's 2 pages maybe.
That's the optimal amount of pages.
Right.
You don't have an iPhone, do you?
I do not. I'm an Android gal over here.
Gas.
I get reminded every time I take a photo with other people.
Come on, really?
No, not Carissa's phone. She's an Android.
Oh,
ouch.
Well, then we're not taking any photos.
See, I think that's over, I don't know, that's an overestimate, I guess, or whatever you call it. It's not true.
No.
The cameras on the Android
It's
phones
the same thing.
good.
Right.
Yeah, it's all the same
fine.
shit. Unless you got a 10-year-old Android, then it's okay, I can kind of tell, but,
Mine's not that old. I got it when I first moved to New Orleans because I broke my phone on Halloween.
I feel like a lot of people break their phones on Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in New Orleans.
It was my
Halloween?
first Halloween. So Betsy, my mother, thought I had died because stopped responding. All I had done was hop out of an Uber truck and I thought my phone was in my clutch, but it was just on my lap.
Oh, shit.
So I leap out of this truck and it just shatters on the ground. I was like, cool.
Guess I'm not talking to anyone tonight on my phone.
I don't have Wi-Fi, so I can't contact anyone.
Oh my God.
Shit.
I called her from work the next morning and she's just like, oh, thank God.
You're alive. Thought I was going to have to send a casket down.
Because I was just like, I just moved to the city, going out with my neighbor.
Oh, no.
Cool.
Hopefully they're not crazy.
Found in a basement.
Haven't gotten to know them too well. She's chained up with a bunch of alligators down in the basement somewhere.
Just hissing and whispering at me.
Oh my God. She becomes an alligator.
Born,
She can't
raised by
speak anymore.
alligators.
She's just hissing, snapping.
Speaks parcel tongue to the alligator. Holy shit. So you broke your phone in Halloween, New Orleans. How long have you been living in New Orleans? No.
About
Do people call it?
Year and a half.
Do you it's New Orleans?
Nolans.
If you want to know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
Or New Orleans. It's not New Orleans.
Right.
Ooh.
But
New Orleans.
New Orleans is in Orleans Parish. which is dumb.
Parish.
The parish is
I'm
what they call their
confused.
counties.
Okay, I was just gonna
But
ask.
then it's spelled the same. So it's like, oh, I'm in New Orleans. Yeah. And they're like, oh, but it's Orleans Parish. I'm like, can you just pronounce it the same way?
Can we quit being difficult for the sake of being difficult?
And there are like
geez.
some French words, and then there are some streets that are named after. And I felt bad because initially I was like, this street name is so dumb, but it's from the people, like the Native Americans that initially lived there. So then I was like,
My people.
She's like, never mind.
I was like,
We
never
can keep
mind.
this
It's
crazy.
fun. It's very good.
Didn't know.
But like, there's a street called Chapatulas,
Oh my
and the
God.
beginning of it is TCH. And I was like, what?
Dude, could you imagine trying
was
to
like-
find streets on like your maps?
Chalupa Tapas.
Is that some kind of? That's the new Taco Bell menu special.
The first 2 months of living there, it'd be like, oh, there's this place, and it's on. The people like come in and
You know, never
Be like,
mind. We don't have to go there.
Tube and the Chapatulas. I'm like, that one.
There'd be no way. Dude, I can't even pronounce some of the streets like downtown Chicago enough. I'm like, all right, this is like straight white dudes' names, and I can't pronounce these. Like, the fuck? Something's wrong.
Something.
That's hilarious. So you've been there for a couple years then, right?
Yeah, I think a year and a half
Okay.
or more.
Wow.
Time. Yeah.
Dude, that's
it's the
nice.
longest I've lived in one spot since college.
Dude, what? Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
She's a nomad.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Just wanders
Isn't
around.
it crazy? We've had like some pretty cool travelers like as guests, like you, Wroe, Clayton, both been like all, you know, kind of around a little bit, at least more than Mike and I.
Oh, yeah.
We just stay in Indiana and hang out.
Right.
Yeah. Detassel corn,
Oh.
shit like that.
Charlie's down here now.
Cool.
The
What do you-
boss is down here.
boss.
Big
Oh,
Chuck.
So handsome.
What would you say, like, I guess the biggest, like, cultural difference between, like, New Orleans and here? Because you lived here most of your
Yes.
life, so.
Because I visited to make sure that I would like the city before I'd fully moved, because it is its own type of place. And I found just a park to go walk in, and people were like making eye contact. Like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how's it going?
Wow.
Don't look at me. We can't make eye contact. You're a stranger. It's
so
weird. It's
true.
a very friendly city. And also, this is just something that I've always struggled with. When people say, how you doing? Just as a hello. I'm like, am I supposed to answer?
Yeah.
Do I just say, hey, like, good, how are you? Like, and then they're already 20 feet behind me.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh.
That's hilarious.
But they were really
yeah.
friendly.
Well, that's a lot
like-
different than up in the Midwest, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chicago.
People don't even make eye contact.
Yeah, you walk with your head down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And try not to bump into people
Yeah.
that get bumped into.
You ask for
True.
directions, they just flip you off, spit on your
true.
shoes.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
The other thing that's tough is the city itself is like kind of a grid, but it curves with the river. So it's not a straight grid.
Gosh.
And this is the longest I've ever been in a place and been like, I'm still confused about where I'm going.
What did they say? It takes like so many, like a year or so to like kind of barely get your bearings in like a new area. That's what I heard. when
Probably. I
That
still
makes
have.
sense.
Yeah, I have trouble
Kind
getting
of.
around here as it is.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I get
yeah.
lost if I don't take a road that I've never taken before.
Right.
Yeah. If you like zoning out and
Yeah,
you're driving.
I'm like, if I keep going west, I'll hit 41. Eventually.
Chicago's that way.
Yeah.
He's that way. Great.
I'm looking at the sun to figure out which way is west and east.
oh my
Yeah.
God. That's crazy though. New Orleans. I've never, did I say it right?
Yeah, you
New
said it right.
Orleans. New Orleans.
The one thing you say right, you
I know.
got that one
Yeah,
right.
maybe I should
Nailed
move down
it.
there.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to visit.
Well, you
like
can.
big time.
can.
I really would like to. I had a buddy that visited. He's like, it was freaking awesome. He went in like a nasty time, like when the weather was nasty.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like February or what. He's like, it's pretty nasty, but like the food is awesome and like the
So
bars are
good.
really cool. And he's like, there's a lot of really cool historic stuff down there, which is I'm
Definitely.
like, sign me up. Sounds perfect. So definitely gonna have to come down and visit.
Yes.
Be fun.
You
The
should.
bar scene.
maybe
I'll
Mike will
probably be
come.
there a while.
Yeah.
So.
The bar
I like
scene
it.
seems pretty cool from the Snapchats that I get
It-
from Carissa.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what the hell's happening right now?
There are so many good local spots that aren't like when people visit, they're like Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, I don't want to go to Bourbon. But then at the same time, I was like, Cat's Meow, which is on Bourbon, but it's the best place.
What's the one? I always get Snapchats. I see them from your story. You'll send them to me. There's a window in the
That's-
bar, and I'm
that's
like,
the
what
Cat's
the hell
Meow.
is going
That
on?
is
in
why
here?
it's my favorite place because it's on the corner of Bourbon and I don't even know what other road. 'cause
Okay.
I'm, like,
To
never saw it.
Chipalupio.
Yeah.
So people will, and then there's the karaoke stage. So the
Yeah.
window's on the corner, and you just get, and it's open containers, so people are walking up with their drinks.
Cool.
And some people are like vibing with
Yeah.
whoever's singing, and other people are just leaning. One time a man broke the window and the bouncers had to go back out.
Shit.
And he was gone for a while and then he like just appeared.
Comes back with a new window. He's like, I'm here. He's got like some little cement stuff.
I was like, this is why this is my favorite place because it's the perfect creeper window.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not even like watching the people singing. I'm
You're just watching the people.
Looking out. I should bring my binoculars.
Yeah,
now.
right. Oh my god, that'd be insane. That's awesome though. That sounds like a really cool area, but I definitely want to come visit. It like I forget what. Oh, I was gonna tell you this like flash when we were talking about New Orleans stuff, all that good stuff. I don't know where I'm going, but I had a guy in my class in college when I was up here at Hammond, and we were like supposed to make like this video documentary for like a final as like, and I was like senior year, and he's like, oh yeah, we can make this really cool documentary of this bar in Chicago called Exit, I think, and it's like Chicago's first punk bar, I guess they call it. And he's like, I know the owners. It's really cool on Thursday night. They have bondage night. And like they whip people and shit upstairs. And I was like, oh, we're definitely making a documentary on this. And I was like pumped up to make it and like check it out. Because it's just an experience. But then he like messaged me on Snapchat like he wasn't coming to school. And I was like, where the fuck's he at? And then like I get a Snapchat. He's like, hey, bro, I dipped to New Orleans. I'm not going to be there this year. I was like, wait, are you gone for good? Or like what's He's like, I'm going to be there for about a year. And I was like, holy shit.
Damn.
I was like, okay, dude. Like,
did he move for something? Or
I think
he
he was
just
trying to sell some stuff to people down in New Orleans. I'm not sure, but he came back next year, and he's like, I'm back. And I was like, all right, very cool. Thanks for dipping
it's like you're ready to continue
like
this project?
in a gator skin.
Oh, my God.
Dude, he's got the belt and everything, like the tuxedo, the gator tuxedo.
Ew.
Like, whoa, you changed. That's like, I told that story to my sister, and she's like, that's like one of her her favorite stories. I was like, yeah, I'm dipping in New Orleans. I'm out, guys. See ya.
Bye.
See you in a year.
Oh, jeez.
But you guys went and saw some cool shit last night. I don't know. I saw Mike on Wednesday. Fucking sucked, man. I don't know. What have you?
It did.
That was it. We'll get into that. What have you been up to since then?
So honestly, like I said, it was weird because we last saw each other Wednesday, so not much has happened.
Yeah.
Thursday didn't do too much. Just fucking woke up the next day feeling like terrible.
Oh my god!
And I didn't even drink. It was just like
just tired.
Oh my god!
Sympathy hangover.
Yeah, dude.
Like I said, we'll get into that in a bit. But Friday was supposed to be a half day for everybody at work.
Yeah.
Because it should have been because Carissa's sister was in and she's teaching a class in our clinic.
Shit.
Mm-hmm. So
what kind of class? Can you say?
It's physical therapy, but she also does reflexology, which is like kind of like witchcraft. Like, oh, your knee hurts? I'm gonna stab you in your shoulder.
Like, let me get my cauldron brewing first.
Yeah. So I think it had something to do more with the reflexology part of it. Mm-hmm.
That shit's pretty crazy.
It is because someone will come in with like
doctors are smart.
Chris is like, I like animals. I like turtles.
Oh shit! But no, it is crazy because people come in with like a bad like right shoulder, and then Betsy will like fucking punch their left shoulder, and then the right shoulder will be fine.
She's like, I'm good.
I don't understand it. I don't need to understand it. So I'm like, cool, just keep doing it. But so we were supposed to have a half day. So we were supposed to work 7 until 12, get the last patients out, and then we were splitting.
Yeah.
Betsy had another patient that she was seeing, but it was just like a one-on-one, so that was fine. And Carissa's sister was teaching the class, so nothing was happening. So everybody left at 12 o'clock, and there was one person that we were waiting to, give a payment to. Mm-hmm. So they said they were going to come in after this doctor's office. So I waited there for 3 hours.
Oh, man. Did you have your new phone yet?
I did not.
Oh, no. You could have went to the Pokemon stop.
I could have went to the Pokemon stop just consistently. But I waited for 3 hours. This person never came because Betsy finally got done with that one eval she was doing. Mm-hmm. She's like, okay, I'm done, so you can like go. This person won't go up. I'm like, what a waste of a day.
Yep.
Just like That's 3 hours waiting for this person.
Pause for a Coors Light. Oh, yeah. Chris is drinking a Coors Light on the air with me. Mike's got his sparkling ice.
Got my sparkling ice.
That stuff gets you jazzed up, though, right? He's like, yeah.
So it's got caffeine. You saw me on Snapchat the other day, like moving the couch and shit.
You're a wild man.
So I was feeling kind of like depressed, like after work, because I'm like, man, I could have had this whole day. I could have like been outside doing things. Now it's like 4:30.
Yeah, but you got paid for it.
I did get paid for it, which was nice. But I went to Target because every time I'm feeling down, I make a trip to Target.
Oh boy!
I was just looking around for things, and I was like, you know what? Mallory's not going to be home tonight. She has a play rehearsal. So I went and I got like snacks. I got like some chips, some cosmic brownies. I was like, you know what? We'll just have a day.
You got cosmic brownies?
Got some cosmic brownies.
So long since I've had a cosmic
Those
brownie.
sprinkles.
The sprinkles are the best part. You don't taste them, but they're the best part.
You ever get into those Star Crunch action? You guys ever like Star Crunch?
I've never
You've
heard
never
of
had a Star Crunch?
No.
What? What?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to.
Dude, I was in the mall with my sister and my sister's friend, and she was eating a Star Crunch, and the guy behind the desk was like, "I'll give you $5 for that Star Crunch."
Oh my god.
She's like, I already bid it. He's like, I don't care. She's like, this is weird. You've never had one of these? Here, let me pull it
No,
up.
bring it up.
Dude, come on.
No, I've never had one of these.
No.
I've seen them.
So good. There's
No.
like caramel inside of them. Holy
It's like Cocoa
shit.
Krispies?
Yeah, kind of. That looks like a homemade one.
Oh.
Dude.
Oh, it does say homemade.
It says
Yeah,
homemade.
damn. They're no joke though.
Yeah, I've seen them. They're like, aren't they just like Rice Krispie treats
Yeah,
basically?
they got like little crisps on the inside,
Little crisps.
little nougat in there, cosmic snack.
Oh.
Dude, little Debbie has the same haircut you did in fucking middle school.
Yeah, she does.
The
She looks
I am
good.
Little
Hair.
Debbie, actually. That's my alter ego when I'm not Johnny Goodrich. I get the. You ever see the Will Ferrell as Little Debbie?
Yes.
Holy shit, that's funny. God, I can't believe you guys have never had a Star Crunch.
No. But anyhow, I was feeling sad because my half day turned into a full day. Went to Target, got some snacks, and I get to the cash register, and I'm putting my snacks up there, and the cash register lady looks at me. You know, it's a young person, she's like, "Huh, are you going to a party tonight or something?"
Mike's like, rough day.
And you know,
That's hilarious.
I'm like, "Yes, I am."
Just
she's
rolled
like-
with it.
Yeah,
I
and
love
she was
it.
like, "Cool, what are you doing?" I was like, "We're actually seeing Game of Thrones tonight."
Oh my God, we're catching up for the big episode Sunday.
And she's like, Game of Thrones doesn't come on until Sunday. And that's what I should have said. I should be like, oh yeah, we're watching some episodes, like getting ready, just having a good party. I was like, oh, I'm getting ready for Sunday. I wanted to get some snacks now
Such
for
a fucking
Sunday.
liar. She's like, I'm sad and eating my feelings away tonight.
Be like, this is what adulting is.
Yeah, I'm like, wait until you're
Buying
26.
snacks for yourself
Yeah.
because you're sad.
I'm surprised you didn't walk out of there with like a new video game or something.
I did go
Treat
into
yourself.
the video game section. I was gonna get something. Nothing caught my eye.
Yeah.
You know, and I was looking around for just something. I don't remember if I bought anything, but the next day I did get myself the phone. So
There
I'm
you
glad
go.
I didn't get a video game because that would have been a pricier.
Hell yeah. Phones are expensive.
They are. It's stupid how expensive they are for something that we need. Everyone needs a phone.
Everyone needs
Right.
it.
I was telling Carissa, like, everybody should carry a phone on them, even if they're just going for a walk or like just out in their backyard when they're alone, because something could happen and you fall. Mallory's grandmother fell on a walk in her neighborhood.
Right.
Oh shit.
Populated neighborhood. No one found her for like an hour and a half
Oh God.
because no one goes fucking outside anymore.
My grandma's got that life alert thing.
That's
it's like
good.
a watch now
We
too.
need
that
to
you can
get
wear.
grandma the life alert.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It
She
works.
sat on our back deck for like 4 hours.
Oh no! Oh no! Dude,
Yeah.
but the thing is, my grandma like puts that thing off by accident all the time. 'Cause she's larger in the chest area, and it like smooshes up against things sometimes.
Damn these
yeah. She's like, I thought they were a blessing.
Oh my God.
Nothing but a curse these days.
Shit's so good, you gotta get a life alert.
That's my new band name.
Oh, that's Mike's new motto for
Your
life.
band name, I call it.
So Saturday morning,
Fucking funny.
bought my phone, I fixed. So I was very impressed with myself because Mallory's blinker was out, and me, Mallory, Carissa, and Casey were heading up to Chicago later that night. I'm like, I gotta fix this blinker. We can't go to Chicago without a blinker.
It's a turn signal.
The
Which
turn
one?
signal, yeah. So I'm looking on YouTube, like how to change it. I got the bulbs,
It's the best, dude.
and this dude's
YouTube's
like
the
showing
shit.
me, and all I had to do was like pull this thing out, bring the light bulb out, and put it back in.
Yeah.
I was like, cool. I go and like move the shit from her trunk. I'm looking, I'm like, this doesn't look the same. I was looking at the wrong fucking model.
Oh no!
Mallory's model, I had to take the damn light fixture out of the damn car.
Holy shit!
And I'm like looking, I was like, I might have gotten myself more than I can chew.
I'm in too deep.
I'm not qualified.
Luckily, the YouTube guy was very good, so I was able to change the light. And then me, Casey, Carissa, and Mallory went to Chicago to see Trevor Noah at the United Center.
My future husband.
There you go. Yeah,
To know.
Chris was talking about if he was married or if she needed to like go in there and wreck his home up or what.
I
what
wasn't
needed to
gonna
happen.
wreck his home. I was just gonna make both him and his partner happy.
There you
We could all be happy.
Hey, there you go,
together.
man. They both probably take care of you. 'Cause who was he dating or who was he dating? Do you remember?
know. She was beautiful
Can't
and
remember.
famous.
Okay. So they both probably had some cash on them. I mean,
yeah.
Definitely.
you could work something out. You know?
The way the venue was filled up last night, they definitely
Oh.
have some cash on them.
Did he have an opener or did he just go out?
He had 2 openers.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
we got there probably like 50, 45 minutes early.
Right.
We got
Which
there
was
very
nice,
early.
though, because the weather was...
It was terrible driving up there. And it was like 10 minutes till, like we had been waiting, and it was like getting to the time, and it was still like empty. I'm like, damn, this dude did not sell well.
Yeah.
Shit.
But everybody came late because of the weather, because it was like,
Oh.
8:20 when they finally started, because people
Right.
Yeah,
kept like coming in.
that sucks.
And then it was packed.
yeah.
And I'd never seen like a comedy show at the United Center, because they got like if you think about the United Center, they've got like the west portion, like where the
we were just
basketball
there
hoop would go.
for a Bulls
Right.
game, right?
Mhm, yeah.
Same venue. Yeah.
They've got a big
Got
curtain
both.
there, and then everything else is just like an auditorium. It's really cool. And he had 2 openers. I can't remember either names. Carissa.
No, I
Bummer.
tweeted at the United Center, and I was like, hey, who opened? Because I liked
Let's see.
them.
Yeah,
But
he's
they
probably
never
got-
responded.
They never responded.
It's rude.
He's probably got
They
some...
only had like 3 likes on their last post. Like United
Oh.
Center, you don't have that much going on.
Yeah.
Damn.
You can respond to me.
That's hilarious. They should have, too.
Yeah.
But they
Trevor
had.
Noah.
But it wasn't listed on his site because they're not doing a full tour with him.
Right. It's probably
Right.
just for the day or just
Right.
when they're in town.
Because there was somebody from New Jersey and
That's
then
a
somebody
bummer.
from Chicago.
Right.
hmm
Really? It wasn't... it says on here... Damn
Who
it,
are you
it doesn't
looking?
show anyone.
Okay.
But it wasn't Kyle Kinane, was it? He's from Chicago. He's pretty well known.
No, the one from Chicago definitely had a J name.
Yeah.
Jay.
And he has a Netflix
I think it was
special.
like a double J.
He's got a
name.
Netflix special?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. He was funny too.
He was hysterical.
Damn it.
So the first guy, it was a bald white dude.
Yep. From
And
Jersey.
I think the funniest, he was talking about like gun control and shit. He's like,
Yeah.
if you go hunting and you need an AR-15, you might not be that good at hunting. And he's like, think about it like this: if I'm going bowling and I have dynamite
Holy
and I
shit.
throw it down the lane and it goes, strike. It might not be that fair of a game. He was funny.
That's awesome.
And
God
then
dang,
the-
I wish I know. I'll look later.
I really like too. He brought up like hunting as a sport. He was like, usually if you play a sport, the other the other person or animal knows that you're playing. It's like that doesn't happen when you're hunting.
Oh,
Bambi
yeah.
strikes back.
Hey, one of these days. He's got like Rambo like shit on.
He's got a knife in one of his hoofs.
He's like,
Oh no!
I'm going in.
He's like, imagine if you come out of a gas station, I just pelt you with a dodgeball and be like, you're out.
That's hilarious. Damn it, I want to know who these people were, especially if they're on Netflix. They're probably pretty. I mean, they have to be pretty well known then.
The other guy, I think so, because like everybody, I didn't know either of them, but when the second guy came out, he got a lot more applause. I feel
Serious?
Yeah, he did some good jokes too. He talked about he's like, the police got called on me, and he's like, my neighbors thought I was arguing with a woman. He's like, I had to explain to them that not only was there not a woman in my apartment, but that was just me yelling at my ceiling fan. He's like, 2019, we're still fucking with those ceiling fans with the little bead cords.
I hate those things. I break those half the time. Dude, we still have
believe that.
we have light fixtures at the office next door that still have those stupid ass things, and I like pull them out. I'm like, I'm not even gonna be able to turn the light on now.
It was funny too.
That's
'cause
awesome.
While we were waiting, the beginning when like everything was empty, someone sat, like it was us four. Someone sat to my immediate right, and then they went to go get beer, and then 2 people also sat to like their left. So like this whole this whole row was like free. The whole section was like no one was there, and then we of course get like the 4 people who show up on time right
man.
next to us.
Yep.
So we're like squished in.
Everyone's right on time in one area, so it
Yeah.
looks like it's just your area showed up.
I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding
Damn
me.
it.
But
That's awesome though. It sounded like a fun time, huh?
Trevor Noah was
excellent.
great.
So good.
Dude, he's I think he's got 1 or 2 specials. I think he's got 2 specials on Netflix.
At least 2. He might have a third one, but I don't know if it's like an official special
probably
or if it
coming
just
out.
like follows him.
Oh yeah, you're right. It follows. It's like a documentary / comedy stand up thing. I
Right.
watched that.
Yeah,
that's
it was
what
really
I watched that
interesting.
before he got on Daily Show, and I was like, this dude's hilarious. And then he got picked up for the Daily Show like the next month. I was like, that makes sense.
He's very smart. Like his comedy style he was very intelligent.
He's so clever. And he has such a good grasp of language in general, which makes sense. He speaks 6.
6 languages this
Yeah.
dude speaks. I'm like,
Damn.
holy shit. He's like, I want to learn the 7th language.
And even his book is so clever. Just his use of word is just, marry me, Trevor.
Trevor, please. Shout it out
Trevor
to
Noah, if you're listening to this.
God, if he was.
You can hear me. We would be perfect together.
Man.
But I think he's got a special, his latest. I just combined latest and recent. Lacent.
Lacent.
Special.
I
I think it was called Son of Patricia
Yes.
on Netflix, which was really funny.
Excellent.
He talked about his mom a little bit in the little show we saw.
His mom is in a lot of his book as well.
Mm-hmm. Like it's
and
a big part of his life.
Lupita Nyong'o, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly. She's going to play his mother in the book movie.
No shit.
They're making a movie?
Yeah.
Damn. Is he going to be in the movie?
Because I don't know if he will be.
I don't know.
A lot of the stories are from when he was younger.
Okay.
Oh.
But it's like he's an excellent storyteller. And they're interesting stories because the book is born a crime because he was born to his black mother and his white father during apartheid.
Right.
So he's literally born a crime.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it's just
Didn't he have
so
to,
interesting how he grew up.
He had to hide underneath his bed a lot of the
Yeah.
time when they'd come in and do random searches in their house. It's so crazy.
Isn't that wild?
Pretty nutty. For
But
real.
He was very, like I said, intelligent. I felt like I was watching The Daily Show. He talks about all these political issues. He talks about segregation and stuff, immigration too. And he's so fucking smart because he's obviously very left wing. Yeah. But when he does all of his jokes and stuff, he's very neutral. He tells the joke in a way where it's neither side can be offended by it.
Okay.
He was talking, he said something about how Republicans are really good about labeling.
Branding. Yes.
Branding, yes. He's what was it? The chain migration. He's something they're really good at. Think about chain migration. You hear that and you're chain migration. And he's you can just hear them moving over the border. I'm oh my God.
When really it's just oh, you have a job and you want your family to live with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus.
But
That's awesome.
He did it really well. Nobody can get upset over it. And I thought that was really that's hard to do, I imagine.
That's why he's filling out the United Center, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He's one of the best, one of the better comics of of our time, probably past 10 years or so. He's up there.
I think
sure.
so.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Like you said, he's just super smart and very well read, probably.
He talked a lot about periods, which I was enjoying immensely.
Mike loves,
it was great.
He stopped. He talked brought up a Diva cup, and he's looking in the front row, asking "Sir, do you know what a Diva cup is?" Nope. Do you know what a Diva? And went through the first front row of these men. And it's none of you. And it's so it makes sense. It's not necessarily something that you're buying, but the initial start of it was just when women they don't even say period or menstruation on TV. It's that time of the month. Yeah. How secretive people have to be. This is biology.
Yeah, and they use
happens.
blue liquid. It's it's laundry detergent on a pad, and you're exactly. No, it's not and that color.
It's funny because when you present it that way, people don't realize how much it sucks.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah.
It's just this blue liquid comes out of you. It's fine.
Yeah, this doesn't look so bad.
It's fine. It doesn't even. It's 4 to 7 days. No, it's usually 7 to 10. And then he brought up nobody really knows. It's not. People always assume oh, it comes consistently once a month. No. Your coworkers on a new birth control. Ooh, honey, your hormones are
She's going through the roof right now.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh. They're not even my hormones. They're just oh, you're having a crazy party. Hey, how's it going?
Do you want to tell him about his little penis dance that he did on stage?
Oh my gosh, I love his penis dance.
You were talking about it before we started. I was what the fuck is going on? What is this penis dance?
I don't remember if it was Son of Patricia or the other one where he talks about someone had called him a pussy. He's pussies are incredibly strong.
Oh,
it's you sit on a penis wrong and it breaks, and he does.
Yep.
Breaks.
I remember that bit. Yep.
He did that because he was talking about the Me Too movement and how when he walks up with a group of women, he's not afraid. And so he's well, they could pin me down and they could try to assault me. And it's but my little man, he's got my back. You'd be no. Bobbing around, acting like a limp dick.
No.
Trevor, no, I love you.
Come to New Orleans, Trevor.
Come to New Orleans.
Trev.
We can pretend to be limp dicks together.
Oh my God. You just go over to Carissa's house and she's just practicing her limp dick.
Yeah. No.
That's going to be a new dance move.
At the Cat's Meow.
Yeah.
Through the window.
She'll be up on
Not
stage.
even in
God.
the Cat's Meow. I'll be
God.
behind the stage.
That's hilarious.
Damn.
No.
But that that was pretty much my 3 days. Something that was really fun that happened, and I thought of you, Johnny, because Casey was giving you so much shit about mispronouncing things.
Like what?
Like Museum, Illinois, stuff like that.
Yeah.
She said something that caught my ear the other day.
Oh, shit.
So who was the actor that did Punk'd, like way back in the day? He's on that 70s show.
Did she say it like Ashton Kutcher or something like that?
That's exactly what she said. She said Ashton Kutcher. I'm like, wait a second. Who the fuck? I'm like, Kutcher. And she's like, no, it's not.
It's like, I bet when people made fun of him in middle school, if they did, they were like, Kutcher.
Here comes the Cooch man.
Oh my god.
That'd be terrible. I could definitely.
So you're not alone in mispronouncing things.
I say Ashton Kutcher. Yeah. How do you like it, Casey? It feels so good, does it? Just kidding.
He's like flipping you off right now, Casey.
No, definitely not. She bought us a cool fucking look. She bought us that Rick and Morty pop. What do they call it?
Pop animation.
Pop animation.
Yeah.
A very dangerous hobby to get into.
Scary looking
pickle.
Pickle
I know, dude. It really is terrifying.
Man.
It really is, dude.
But what have you been up to the last 3 days?
Well,
if you want to talk about how our night ended on Wednesday evening.
You think the podcast was crazy? You didn't have to fucking bring those yahoos home to their house all drunk and shit. Dude, we got done podcasting and I'm trying to edit the fucking audio for it. Make sure I don't screw it up and doesn't get deleted. Mm-hmm. And Ro's like rustling Clayton and Colby and like smashing
wrestling.
Rustling. They're
oh my
rustling
God.
in the leaves.
I just gave you some leg up on Casey and now you're like
and
wrestling.
I just shoot myself in the foot again. It's gonna happen. But they were like slamming into the shit like in the basement. My dog is barking. Carol texts me. She's like, "What the hell's going on down there?" Like I was like, "Don't worry, I'm bringing them home." They were like gonna get a ride home from I think their dad, but I was like, I need to get these kids out of here, and out of my hands, so I don't have to watch them anymore. But they were rustling the whole way there. Russell. And dude, I got him in my truck, and as soon as we start driving, they're throwing blows at each other, like full out punching each other, and like wrestling around in the back seat, and like doing like Rose like jujitsu. Colby's like what does he do? Like Aikido, so he can like throw people. Like he's a trained fighter, and Clayton's just like kind of scrappy. I don't know, whatever. He's just kind of I don't know. But they were like punching each other in my truck, and I'm like, all right, settle down. Like they're slamming, like scuffing up the inside. I'm like, all right, I'm getting the fuck out of here. So Mike follows me to like halfway to Rose's house, and I get him out of the car, and Clayton grabs my hat, whips it on the ground, and grabs me, and then Colby and Rose start like fucking jujitsuing on the floor in the driveway. They don't even wait to get inside.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, I grab my hat, jump in my truck, and lock the doors, and just start backing up. And they're like fucking around behind my truck. I'm like, I'm gonna hit you if you don't move. So they just like all got up and like sulked up their stairs, like all drunk. And I was like, yeah, get inside, the idiots. But I get these Snapchats from Clayton later that day. Or later that night. It's like,
oh my God, go to bed.
10:30, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, it was late.
And Wroe is crying and drunk, and his nose is all fucked up from Colby. And he was sad because he thought he hurt Colby's shoulder. And this is like one of the Snapchat photos I got. Look how drunk he is. I was like, Dumpy Lumpsum came out to play this.
Dumpy Lumpsum.
Dumpy Lumpsum. I showed Wroe because I saw him the next day. He's like, I don't even want to see it, dude. I don't want to even look at it. So I was showing him all the screenshots I had of him. He's like, don't even fucking show it to me. But after I dropped him off, the next day we all, because Wroe went home Thursday, I think. So Wednesday Wroe went home Thursday. Yeah. When did we shoot?
Wednesday,
Thursday. He must have went home
Friday.
I don't know.
He sent a Snapchat Friday saying he like got home or something with his dogs.
That's right. When did I go out to eat with him?
Johnny, your memory. The first thing that goes is your memory, dude.
I think
checking the photos. What day?
Yeah, seriously.
He's like, what day is it today?
What day is it? Wednesday. No, we shot Tuesday with him. Damn it, Mike. You have me all screwed up.
Yeah, we did.
Live.
Yeah, Tuesday. We were originally going to do Wednesday.
Thank
That's
God
what fucked me over.
Timestamps on photos.
I was making you think you were crazy.
I know. I was like, dude, I definitely went out to eat with him like before we left. Wednesday, we all went out to the Dam Bar over here in Lake Dale, and there was like 6 of us, I think. Jeremy Crocker, me, Cole, Wroe, Kyle, Zach, and Luke all went out, and we grabbed some beers, ate some food, and then sent Wroe on his way. So it was fun. Dude, their wings are so good. Have you ever been, Carissa?
I haven't, but we drove past it Thursday evening after coming back from the airport, and it was bumping.
Dude.
And I was like, ooh, Dan Bar.
Yeah, dude.
Rachel's like, is it even good? And I was like, I've heard from Johnny
Yes, it is.
that it is good.
So, like, every time I've gone there, they usually screw something up with your order. Like, Mike's been there too, but the food is fucking good. The food's worth it.
When you get it.
Yeah.
If it comes.
That night was crazy. It was like bingo night, and there's like 100 people.
There was not that many people in there, though.
And they're always understaffed, too. But the food is so good, I promise. And they have good, like, cocktails. Like, I don't know.
It could fail a health inspection, and
Yeah.
Johnny still be like, the food's really
like,
good,
it's
though.
it's not even 5 minutes from my house. Like,
just
I could,
like building your immune system if they don't pass their inspection.
There you go.
There's only a few rats in there. No, it's clean.
Rats are fine. Rats are great, actually.
But Wroe left the damn. They are good. I like rats.
Love rats.
Oh, my God.
That's what Mike would be if he were an animal.
I
A
don't
New York
think
rat.
so.
He'd be a New York City rat.
That's
No,
a whole different ball.
I'd be, what was that?
like a campus squirrel.
What was that rat you were talking about last night? I want to be that rat, the big rat.
The Nutria.
The Nutria rat?
How do you know that?
Because I watched the Wild Thornberries. Duh. No, and they're.
I'm shook. I'm just like, what the hell?
Wild Thornberries was like life goals. For
And
so
I
long.
listened to some podcasts, Steve Rinella's podcast. They talked about the nutria problem up in the Chesapeake Bay. So it's crazy.
It's
There's
a problem?
tons of them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're like blocking up all sorts of areas up in the Chesapeake, I guess.
Oh, my God.
And
Yeah.
the water is I don't know.
They're
It's like,
very invasive.
that's what I've heard. But they're cool looking.
They are.
No, it's not a nutria that was from Wild Thornberries. It was the other one. The big rodent that was like in the jungle.
A beaver.
Capybara?
Capybara, yeah. He's like, smashing, we'll eat some capybara or whatever. And Debbie's like, oh my God, we eat capybara burgers.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. Johnny, if you get the script for the Wild Thornberries, you could
feel like
just
you
do like a
should do
whole
it.
thing.
One
Yeah,
man
voice
band.
them all. Yeah.
I'll Seth MacFarlane this whole thing. But we sent Wroe off. He had to like do something. And then we ended up just like hanging out at the damn bar till like 10:30, 11 on a Wednesday night, just having beers.
Classic.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's one done.
It was a good time. And then Thursday, I don't think I really did anything. I don't know. I probably did something. But anyways, Friday we went and scouted for turkeys because it's turkey season and I've never gone. And I was like, let's try it out. That was great. That was great.
You're going to take Carissa just to make the
All right,
calls
do
for
that
you.
thing again, Carissa.
I'll just pretend to be a turkey.
She's dressed up.
flopping around.
Oh, my God.
Make more noise.
Then she starts working on her penis, like
Yeah.
dancing. You're like, that's the
God
wrong thing.
damn
That's not now.
They all start flying into her.
Oh my
Keep
God.
doing that, whatever you're doing. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
But we went on the river. We took a ride down the river. There's like public places you can hunt on there. And we found some turkey tracks, and we saw one fly across the river, and I was like, it's a good sign. And then the next morning, Luke and I went out again, and you have to get up surprisingly early for this. You have to be out there like a half hour before sunrise. So I was up at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and I haven't been up in a while like that. Like, I'm usually good because duck season like has me trained up, but it's been so long since I've been up that early. And we got out there at like 4 o'clock before the sunrise and like
Holy
sat out in
shit.
the woods. You just sit up against a tree and have to be real quiet. And like you have a
Real
decoy.
sneaky. Got the dodgeball ready.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, come on. You gonna fire back or what? No, but we didn't hear anything for like an hour. And then all of a sudden everything just came to life. And like the birds were waking up. Ducks were flying around. And then we heard gobbles. And I was like, oh, this is exciting.
It was Carissa.
Yeah, she's like,
on a canoe.
But we heard gobbles all morning for like an hour. And then they shut off. Like we were calling back at them and they'd call. And then they shut off and didn't want anything to do with us. And I was like, man, this sucks. But
Man,
that's to be expected.
just like the Tinder game, man.
Exactly. Was a day late and $1 short on that. Got to the game too late. But Mike, I remember you were like, dude, I don't know. I'd probably try turkey hunting. I was like, it's pretty fucking hard, man. I didn't take my own advice on that.
I've always wanted to, since I was a kid, for some reason. I wanted to like do the whole thing for Thanksgiving, like supper. It's like go hunt a turkey and like prepare it for Thanksgiving. And Johnny keeps telling me it's really hard. I believe him, but I feel like if I put my mind to it and I really train and I get all my dodgeballs ready, I can do it.
Oh my!
You're just gonna
God.
like practice standing still in front of
Yeah.
trees.
Yes, you just have to
Like
sit
going
in
for a
tree.
casual walk and it's like
Listen.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
I have Native American blood in me.
Stop it.
And as a Native
Stop
American,
it.
we use
One-
all the parts of
You
the
are
turkey,
the
and I could do it.
absolute worst.
198.
I do, my grandmother was Native
You don't
American.
even know.
Yeah, what tribe?
Blackfoot. I do know
Oh,
this.
okay.
In Wisconsin, the Blackfoot tribe.
Nice.
Don't be looking
Can't
at
you
me
tell?
skeptically.
He's wearing his native garb with the alligators. Speaking of, if you're watching the video, Carissa brought us some really cool shit. She brought us this awesome Mardi Gras beads.
Got an alligator on it.
With alligators with like
fucking
big,
cool.
with their mouths open. Pretty awesome.
I'm gonna wear this at work.
And a cool freaking. Can you explain this again?
So some crews, so like the groups that do their parades, they'll have different throws. So I have a nice little stuffed dog. He was from the Gay Easter Parade.
Look at him. He's got green ears.
He does. The
That's
Gay
awesome.
Easter Parade was obviously the best celebration of Jesus rising.
Literally.
Zombie Jesus.
Zombie
As
Jesus.
Mike likes.
Zombie Jesus hanging out with all his men.
That's hang with his bros.
But I got some really
God.
cool
Yeah.
like rainbow beads at that one
That's cool.
too. It's just any reason to celebrate diversity, colors, all
Absolutely.
that
You guys are
good
in a
stuff.
cool spot to do it too. I feel like there's a lot of people down there too.
There is.
so it's like-
Everyone kind of finds a little niche to go into. It's very, and you can find the right type of inclusivity. There is still some major issues of like,
yeah.
like people will be like, "Don't cross that line or that street. It's dangerous." And it's like, you mean
shit.
it's poor in a majority?
Yeah.
Of like, you're a little racist.
Still south.
Yeah, it's
You can take the city out of the south, but you can't.
It's like, what do you mean it's poor? You mean you didn't help rebuild all these homes and give people money back after they got devastated by a hurricane that they
Yeah.
couldn't evacuate because they don't have any money?
Like that's pretty much it.
What?
You got it.
Yeah.
He's like, God damn.
God.
Like, shit.
And then she got this cool, like huggy or koozie.
Yeah.
People call them huggies too. Have you ever heard that?
Never heard that.
Huggy. Who calls them?
Across
That? One of my
the-
friends does.
Oh.
It's
I know
really
someone
cool.
from South Carolina that called it a huggy.
A huggy.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
know.
like,
A little different. A little different.
A little different.
But yeah, thank you. This stuff is awesome.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be using this a lot.
Yes. Everybody
For
needs
sure.
a good koozie.
Hell yeah. You never have too many of them.
I did
too.
have one from the Mardi Gras parade that said 0 lux given, but it technically was caught by Britney, so I was like, oh,
You can't give that shit away.
Re-give this away.
Yeah. She's like, where'd my favorite koozie go? I'm drinking with it on the podcast.
She's watching the YouTube video at the same time.
Damn it. I knew it. But I came home from Turkey and we like left at like 9 or 10, which it's pretty early. We weren't
Yeah.
hearing shit when we were getting bored and started like doing that weird snowy shit.
Yes.
And I was like, let's get out of here.
Miserable.
And I came home and just screwed around, got stuff ready for today. And last night I went to bed at like 7:30, slept 13 hours.
Oh my
Nice.
I
God.
was like, I am sleeping.
So
Dude, shit.
Oh yeah, it was
So you
great.
woke up at 8 o'clock today?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Pretty-
early for
oh,
you, man.
big time. I was like, damn, it's really early still. I was like up like 6 and then like 7 and I woke up at 8 and I was like, all right.
I sent you a Snapchat of us at the United Center. I was surprised that you didn't like do like some kind of cheeky remarks.
Oh,
so I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
damn, he must be busy.
I was so bored yesterday because I didn't want to go to bed like in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
So I was like tagging you and Wroe and all this weird shit
Oh my
online. If
God.
you hadn't noticed, there's some good stuff on there. Like I think I tagged you. Let me see if I have
I was
it.
probably setting up my phone, so I might not have gotten the notifications.
Oh
Excuse
my
me.
God, maybe not. I don't know. I tagged you in all sorts of good shit. Wait,
Great.
yeah, did you like sync up your new phone with like your social media stuff?
I
or-
did now.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Like it took most of the morning. I was trying to figure it out.
Cool.
But nice thing about Straight Talk, and if I'll fucking promote Straight Talk all
What is
day.
this? Explain.
Hashtag not promoted. I mean
Hashtag-
sponsored.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Straight Talk is just like you prepay for your phone, and it's like a monthly
Oh
thing.
yeah.
But it's only like $40 a month,
Okay.
unlimited everything.
Whoa.
And you can have any phone that you want. So I had my iPhone 5. All I had to do when I bought the iPhone 6, switch my SIM card, everything was there.
What?
Literally the easiest like transfer
Damn,
I'd ever
dude,
done.
Why am I screwing around with AT&T?
Nah. And
What's the deal?
because it's so expensive.
It is.
Yeah, unless you're on a family plan that has like 16 people.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's
there's
still not.
no way.
Sometimes I'm on a business plan. It's got like 5 people and still not worth it. It's still expensive.
It's stupid.
Still
And
so expensive.
Straight Talk has really good reception. I've never, unless I'm in your fucking dungeon of a
Yeah.
basement, that's when I lose my
dungeon.
signal.
The dungeon, the podcast
Johnny's
dungeon.
Dungeon.
Come on down.
That's his new band name. Johnny's
Johnny's
Dungeon.
Dungeon.
You got Bondage. There you go.
Yeah.
You could go to see a parade about
Ooh,
bondage.
That's right. We'll go to that punk bar in Chicago too and play.
Yeah.
Be our on bondage night,
Damn.
exit or
We
whatever.
just come with handcuffs, a ton of handcuffs. Are
And
we in the right
whips.
place?
He's like, dude. He's like, are you cool with like bondage and whips and stuff? Because there's some weird shit that goes on. He's like, I don't know how you're gonna handle this. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty open to shit. So I'd like to
Damn.
come check it out.
He comes like full in leather and shit.
Yeah, leather daddy.
Yeah, leather daddy.
Carissa needs to get it on some D&D with us, some Dungeons and Dragons.
Mhm.
Oh, it is fun.
They also have a science version called dugongs and I don't.
Dugong's a Pokemon.
A dugong is like a manatee.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a relative.
Yeah. Fuck. I didn't know that.
It's got a spike coming out of its head, right?
Yeah.
Right?
That's a narwhal.
That's a narwhal.
Oh, yeah.
No,
yeah.
dugong's not.
Dugong's different. It's like a sealy looking thing.
They were like, I think they were like massive manatees, and then people were like, let's kill them all.
Let's eat them and use their oil for stuff. Candles. I don't
Burn
know.
the
Oh
fat.
my god. Wait, where were we? I lost my train of thought. Where did those come from?
What, Dugons?
Yeah. No.
We were playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons, yeah, the science
Yes.
version. I've never heard of this.
Yeah, I
Fun.
think it's dugongs and dragons, but it might be something else. I'll try to find it.
So how do you play? Like, what's the how's it different? I guess
It's like newer, and certain people will share it. There's a whole group of like science communicators that I follow on like Twitter. So their job and like what they love to do really is like they have their research and they're just trying to figure out how to get the public to know about science.
that's
and
fucking
one of the
cool.
things. They have like different bar
sweet.
talks, and they would go to play at bars. I have to find it, but I feel like they were starting to create
Science
a version
fantasy comes to Dungeons and Dragons with new Minera supplement.
I'm into it. I'm about this.
That sounds
Science and
cool.
Dragons. I'm for it.
Yeah.
It'd be.
that's awesome.
I've only like creeped on the surface of it.
Yeah.
I don't have any friends that I would be like,
You
let's
don't
go
have any,
play.
you
I
don't
mean, I
have
have
any
friends.
Oh my God.
nerdy friends down there like Mike and I.
It'd be
Or
like
Casey or Mel.
I'd make it like really weather based. Like, okay, you have a cold front coming.
Yeah.
And
Like,
there's
I'm
possible
out.
showers
I'm
that
going
we're gonna have. So 5. I don't know.
I'm leaving.
Johnny's
gets
like
zapped with thunder and dies. I'm out. See ya.
You're like, I go running around with a giant metal pole. I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea, Johnny. As
Nope.
your DM, maybe
I'm
you
good.
shouldn't. Okay.
There's a giant electrical storm coming through. I'm offing myself.
You got to roll a 21 or above on a D20.
God, I miss playing Dungeons and Dragons.
It's so great.
It's so fun.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do another D&D night and we'll video it. YouTube content.
Hell yeah.
Yee. But other than that, that has been my 4 wild days with Wroe being home. Carissa, what have you been up to like the past few years? Give us like a breakdown. What's up with your life?
Chris's breakdown.
I know you've been traveling a lot. Where did you you graduated from? Was it Florida?
Yeah, Florida Tech.
Nice.
So I graduated and my degree was marine biology, and then
Very
I
cool.
was like, I don't really want to do research. Also, like, I don't have a research brain. So
I'm
that
with-
was
I'm
not-
with you.
Not allowed.
As Johnny sips the beer, I'm with you.
Yeah. And then I was like, I just really like a lot of things, and I had no clue really what I wanted to do. And then discovered that environmental education is a thing. Like, apparently in other states, kids can go to science camp and science school when they don't stop having field trips in like 3rd grade because there is no money.
How cool would that have been?
Yeah, that would have been real
Thanks,
nice.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Thanks,
It's a
Indiana.
lot, Indiana.
So then I found a job that, and EE is already like always hiring. So it's really easy to kind of find different jobs. That doesn't necessarily mean you're good at it. But I found a job in California, and I'm glad I started there because we also had to cabin lead. So I would be like going on hikes and teaching these kids, but also having to stay with these 5th graders overnight, when for most of them it was like the first time they were away from home.
Oh my God.
Dude, that's
And
like
they'd
camp
be like
counselor shit.
homesick and crying, and I'd be like, I'm not qualified. Like
That's
a
next
head
level.
pat, like go the fuck to
You're like, shut the hell up, kid.
yeah.
Your parents don't love you anyway. So go to bed.
Like there was one girl that got so homesick she made
man.
herself throw up to be like,
Aw.
I'm sick, I can go home. And our medic was like, You're not like,
Sorry.
I know you're not really
It's like,
sick.
guess what?
Like, we don't send you home for being homesick. Like it's just part of the experience. And it was so intense, but
Dude.
I learned so much.
I can imagine.
that like every job I've had since then has been so easy.
Right. It's like a piece of cake.
Yeah.
That's crazy how that works. You know,
Definitely.
It's all experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris is like, you're not going home. This is your family. Your
Oh
parents
this
one
is
night
We're your
alone.
family now.
Your parents are trying to make love tonight. You're
Yeah.
not ruining it. Little brats out of the house. No, that's cool though. That's like the next level, like spending the night. Like we used to do like church camp, and thank God I was never a camp counselor
Yeah.
because they had to deal with so much shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was insane. Like I think Casey was a camp counselor one year.
Right.
Then she got in the band with us. She's like, this is way more fun because we just screwed around and played music in the morning and night. But yeah, I give you props for that, especially going like into the wilderness with a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
By yourself.
Right. Or to be
Fuck
like, okay,
that.
you need to go to the bathroom because otherwise you're going to have to use the toiletries. And not everybody likes to do that.
the toiletries.
You and nature, baby.
Dang.
It'd be like trying to stop and keep them focused, but also like it's a 1.5 to 2 hour hike and like I'm not focused, like a bird just flew over. What is that?
Did things ever get like sketchy or like Western when you were like out there, like things go wrong or like run ins with anything, like any animals?
No, we used to play this game called camouflage where you would yell camouflage and their job was to try to hide, but they still had to see you. So that it wasn't like, and if they were fully hidden and they couldn't see you, like you would call them out and they would be out, and then you would pick them out one by one. So whoever was camouflaged the best would win.
That's awesome.
And I was playing, and it was one of my favorite friends. His camp name was Tiger. And
wait, you guys came up with like camp
because they
nicknames?
couldn't know our real names because they couldn't like find us on social media.
That is smart.
Yeah. What was yours?
Sharky.
Nice.
Yeah, makes sense.
Classic. Yeah, I mean, you wear a shark dress one time.
Yeah. Everyone thinks you're mother of
one
sharks.
time.
Okay, every Thursday.
Yeah, there you go.
That's fine. But he like, and we would always play because it's a fun game to play.
Yeah, that's
like
awesome.
we would always play
would
too
play
if we weren't leading. And he comes back and he has a glove and he's holding this deer bone. He's like, I found something.
How cool this is. There's like
and
still
it was
skin
like
on it.
right
Oh
next,
my
like,
God.
It's like the deer stuff and like fur, and then later on we found like mountain lion scat. So it was like,
damn.
stuff's getting hunted.
What part of California?
I was in the San Bernardino Mountains. It's Lake Arrowhead. It's kind of by Big Bear. So
is that northern California? Big Bear?
it's closer to SoCal.
Okay.
It was
so San Diego
between-
area?
Yes, it was between LA and Las Vegas.
Okay, so some of those like areas that you just mentioned sound kind of familiar because
Arrowhead Lake,
Wroe
yeah.
hikes a lot. I
Yes.
think he's talked about Big Bear and a few of those.
And Big Bear's usually people will go like skiing and snowboarding.
Okay.
It's where like when San Diego had snow for their polar bear, they brought it down from the mountain.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've heard that zoo is insane though. San Diego. Have you been?
Yeah.
Did you go to the zoo there?
I did.
Was it cool or are you
It
not
was
about
okay.
it? Yeah.
I'm not really a zoo person.
Yeah. It's kind of
Which
weird.
is awkward.
Wait a sec.
Like,
No,
we're
I'm-
kind of zoo.
I'm with you.
I appreciate their value and like 100% they need to be there. Like people's biggest argument is like, well, people should just go see these animals in the wild. And it's like, some of these kids can't even afford the school bus field trip to go to a zoo. Like nobody's going on safari.
I get it.
It's like in zoos, accredited zoos have moved. Like it's no longer like here's a tiger. Ooh, it's here for people. It's like we have this tiger because we're trying to breed them to reintroduce them because you're buying products that are cutting down their home.
Yes, and like they're rescuing them if they're like hurt or injured, right?
Right. So it's not like we're just snatching things from the wild for human entertainment.
Not anymore. We're not.
Not anymore.
Because they shut down
switched
they shut down a lot of circuses just recently too, right? Because of that.
Yes. And there wasn't really an official regulation for circuses. And it's, seeing an elephant is really super cool, especially if you get very close. But a lot of things now are moving towards like animal choices. Like when it's stormy out, the animals have the option to be inside or outside. And it's like, some of these animals don't like thunder, just like you don't.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
People like it'll be like raining sideways, and they're like, "Where are the gorillas? They're inside."
I paid $20 for my ticket. Get them
Like,
out
get those
here.
damn
Why
gorillas
are you
outside.
here? It's like a severe weather warning
Oh
all
my
day. Your umbrella's like blowing.
Holy
and
shit.
you're just sitting there pissed because the gorillas
They
aren't
make
out.
the
It's like,
gorillas go
what?
out, little rain jackets. All right, you're good.
You chose to come outside. They are choosing to stay.
That's hilarious.
inside.
Amen.
But yeah, I liked like the San Diego Zoo was fine, but I didn't like it as much.
Yeah,
Which
I know.
like, I'm sure people would be like, "Fight me."
Yeah, right.
Whatever.
Whatever.
So then,
Sorry.
so then from California, I got a job in Georgia, and that was more marine bio based because I was on Tybee Island, which is the most beautiful place.
It is
I love
lovely.
it.
Is it the Gulf?
No, it's Atlantic. So Georgia has like
gotcha.
a teeny little bit of coastline.
Oh wow.
Between like Florida and South Carolina.
Okay, gotcha. That's insane. Didn't you visit?
It was beautiful. I absolutely enjoy. I love staying there because we went to Savannah as well,
it's
and
right
that
outside
was
Savannah.
that was such a cool place to go. That they had a Pokemon like card shop.
Oh my God.
And I
Mike's
boom.
like, sign me up.
I
can
remember.
live here.
So we were like walking around, hanging out, going to different shops, and we got there, and I found out what it was, and I was like. I turned to them like, guys, can I spend like just a few extra minutes in here? I felt bad, but I was like, I need to go through this.
Mike's
shit.
like, leave me here.
I loved like Tybee Island.
This
It was
is my new
beautiful.
home.
And seeing like we got to see Carissa teach, which was
even
really
cooler.
cool. Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
She did this thing with she had a big ass snake, and she's like, "All right, kids, now if you don't want to do it, go ahead and cross your arms." And I was like the first one like crossing my arms. I'm like, "Fuck no!" X.
Hey. I don't know. I don't do
favorite.
like wild snakes, but if you had like one that was pretty friendly and like was used to being like on people,
Right. If they
fine.
get used to it, they're fine.
Yeah. I'm not about to go out and grab like a snake in my yard though. Like
No.
Probably not a good idea.
And you were taking care of a sea turtle
I
as
was.
well. You were in charge of it.
She was a loggerhead sea turtle, and she was
that's right.
a straggler, so she, probably wouldn't have survived.
A little slower. She didn't move too quick.
It's
Mike
like
can relate to that.
all the other turtles are like in the ocean
Yeah.
getting eaten by sharks now, and she's like, I don't understand the sand.
Didn't you have a name for her? Did you
Zoe.
Zoe. Okay, that's right. I remember getting Snapchats of her too.
Yeah, she was awesome.
Super cool.
We'd like catch blue crabs in our crab trap, and like because she was going to be released, so we had to feed live. Otherwise, she would have been like really screwed.
Oh yeah.
And just hearing her crunch through these crabs.
It was the most violent
Sometimes
thing.
they would like pinch on her eye, and she'd be like, "Oh, what the
We're
We'd
trying
have
to
to,
fight back.
take her out to give her like natural sunlight, and also like make sure her shell was doing fine, and like you'd lift her out of the water, and she would just smack me with her
Oh my
flippers.
gosh.
And I would get like welts because it'd be wet too.
Oh
Damn.
dude. How
was
much
so
did she weigh?
strong.
How much is like a usual like
She
sea turtle weigh?
was 4-ish years old, and she was maybe like 30 pounds.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid.
So it was enough that like I could like see my arm muscles.
Yeah, you're like lifting her overhead.
And then you're like holding her away because you're like,
Oh, dude. Yeah, so you're really working out
Mm-hmm.
when you're picking her up and stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was just a beautiful place, and I really loved
Georgia.
it.
It's crazy that people don't see Georgia. Like my aunt lives down there, and I'm like, I don't ever see it as like a coastal.
Right. It's only 100 miles of coastline because it does like that weird like.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like people are like, oh, it's the mountains of Georgia. And it's like, but there's this little baby coast.
Yeah, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah. And
Beautiful.
since they dredged the Savannah River, you get a lot of fossils washed up. So I had so many shark teeth from when I
Dude.
lived there.
That's sick. Yeah. That's really cool.
Love finding dead stuff on the beach.
Yeah,
Jackpot.
we got there. Me, Casey, and Mallory drove like 8-10 hours to get to Carissa's.
Pretty far.
That's
And
a long drive, dude.
We got there late because it was. I remember it being dark, and like we went out. We like took
We
a
did
walk
walk
to
to
the
the
beach.
beach.
Yeah, because we were like just tired from being sitting all
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
So we walked out to the beach. We got back to Carissa's, and we like fucking fell asleep.
to
And
bed.
then Carissa.
Well, I had work, so I was up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carissa was up.
Yeah.
Carissa at like fucking 6 a.m. runs into our room and she's like, guys, there's a dead fucking turtle corpse on the beach. Do you
Oh
want to go
my
see
God.
it? And we're like, no.
Did you take
Like,
a
we're
photo
exhausted.
Of it? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So how did you live like on like pretty close to the beach where you could
Yes.
walk, right?
So the nice thing about working environmental education and seasonal was they provide housing because
Dude.
people are moving pretty much from all over to work.
Makes sense.
So I had this lovely, and the staff house was newer within the past like year and a half. It was up on stilts because
cool.
it's coastal
Yeah.
and just like beautiful space. It was a half-mile walk to the beach.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it was very flat, so like we just rode our bikes everywhere
That's
pretty much.
awesome.
Yeah.
That is so close to
It
being
was.
to the ocean, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. So what did you go? Did you like try to take like hike every morning or whatever? Would you have like a routine walking on the beach?
We taught beach ecology.
Okay.
And then we did seining where you like take a big net and you swoop it through the water to see what you can catch. So like
Oh, cool.
I was teaching at the beach.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you were like right there.
yeah. I was
How
so
cool.
tan.
Yeah.
I was so
I would have burned so
Yeah.
bad if I had
My
that
hair
job.
grew like so quickly just from like being in the water all the
Oh
time.
my
Like the
gosh.
salt and
Yeah. It's good. Some of that stuff's
Miss
really
it.
good for you.
Yeah.
Missing that vitamin D now, probably, right?
Yeah, like I really love beach Carissa, and
Mhm.
it's like, oh, now I'm city Carissa. Yeah. This isn't fun. Like,
City
she's,
Carissa.
She's just drunk all the time.
City Carissa goes out to the bar and looks out the window a lot.
People watch.
Yeah, good old City
Carissa.
Do you guys have those?
Person.
So these things are like I don't know if they're in Chicago, but I know they're like in a lot of populated areas. Like those scooters you can rent. Are those down by you?
Not scooters, but they do have like the blue bikes.
Okay, gotcha.
I haven't seen rentable scooters.
Have you seen these things, dude? They're all over.
They're motorized now.
yeah, and
So
you use
ins-
your phone to unlock them, right? Or pay
Yeah,
for them?
which I think is cool that you can do that, but
They
it's
might
just
have them somewhere.
They
in the
probably
city, and I
do.
just
Yeah.
haven't noticed.
it's really just a motorized scooter. It's like what are those things? Those hoverboards?
Yeah.
Oh, they're like the
Segways?
Segways, kind of.
So it's like
Yeah.
that, except it's just literally a scooter and it's motorized and you just
Yeah,
go.
it's just an electric scooter, and you rent it, and then you leave it wherever you want.
Yeah.
And then you can
Yeah.
find it on your phone. It's
because
just like random scooters.
Because it won't
everywhere.
activate without
Find
your
my
phone.
Scooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's crazy.
And it's nice too because that's something you don't like. You don't sit down and just
Yeah.
like ride. It's something that you're like you're still riding
Right.
it, but you're standing at least.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like every time now I get like so frustrated going to Walmart and shit because I see these perfectly like fine people like stride up to the store, sit down on this fucking cart and like
Yep.
I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
dude, get the
you
fuck
can
up.
walk.
Welcome to America.
I'm like, I just saw you walk
Get
here.
those steps.
Yeah, get that
I've-
10,000.
Yeah, I've like seen people with crutches. I'm like, all right, that's fine, whatever. But when you see like people who are just like lazy, you both are doing the same thing right now.
yeah.
It's freaking me out. You
What?
both like
I was
moved your
cracking
head
my
side
neck.
to side.
I was
I'm like,
what?
oh my
I was
god.
like cracking my neck.
You're listening to me like, what you guys
Mike?
talking about?
This is the penis dance. This is my version of it.
But yeah, I have seen those scooters.
Oh, yeah, they're
But you
crazy.
guys just have bikes in New Orleans then.
Yeah,
that
I
you
would
can
be
rent.
nervous on. Well, I'd be nervous on a scooter.
Me
'cause
too.
People don't know how to drive in New Orleans.
Or
And
they're just
then,
drunk all the
like,
time.
Remember.
Oh.
It's really easy to find like public transport though.
I was gonna ask, is
Or,
that like
Uber and Lyft?
do people like? I know a lot of people in like downtown, like Chicago. A lot of people don't have cars; they just Uber everywhere. Is it kind of the same thing for you? Then?
Yes,
Yeah.
especially if people live near downtown because you're not guaranteed parking anywhere.
Hate
Like it's
that.
just like people built places for people to live in the city, and they were like, they don't need to drive anywhere.
Parking.
Who needs
We'll
cars?
charge them $40,000 a year and
Oh
call
my
it a day.
But there are also so many potholes. Like here, we get the potholes after winter, and then they're usually fixed for summer pretty quickly. But
Mm-hmm.
that's just not how the city works.
You guys have like some areas are like cobblestone too, isn't it?
The
Or, like, French
sidewalks
Quarter?
not as much the road. There
Okay.
are certain sidewalks.
Yeah.
It's not as like Savannah in Georgia had a lot of cobblestone. They're kind of
That's
moving
pretty
away
cool.
from that because it is built on a marsh, so everything sinks.
Yeah, that makes
Fair
sense.
enough.
So yeah, the
And
nice thing is like when people have big potholes outside of their own yards, they'll either put their like trash cans in it, or like someone had a cone that was wrapped up in Christmas lights.
That's awesome.
So you can see them because otherwise you're screwed.
That's nice at
That'd be
least
like my
to know.
new my new fireplace. Like right in front, if you get a pothole right in front of your house.
Yeah.
People are
Throw
like
some wood
roasting
in.
marshmallows in this bottle.
Oh my god,
Making soup in it, cooking it up.
that would be
Jeez.
cool though.
Excellent.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was
You're
gonna say.
fine.
So where are you working at currently now? Like, is it on, like kind of the same thing that you were doing in Georgia then?
No.
Okay.
So, well, initially after Georgia, I went to Delaware and
Okay,
I worked at
sorry,
a
skipped.
nature center, and then I was a coastal eco tour guide. So I was like on a boat doing tours.
She's a captain, dude.
But I didn't
Damn.
officially get my captain's license.
She was a captain, dude. I just tell people that she was a
Yeah, friend's a
captain.
captain.
just because
Pretty
my
awesome.
Captain Carissa.
International
Captain
waters.
Carissa. You got Beach Carissa, City Carissa,
Oh,
Captain Carissa.
shit.
She's got a lot of titles.
A lot of
That's
versions.
awesome.
going on. That's my
Depending-
Gemini coming out.
Depending on what state she's
Right.
in.
Oh my god, yeah.
Changes.
Yeah.
But I liked Delaware, but I didn't necessarily like my bosses as much.
Okay.
So that was the only time that I didn't stay for the full like seasonal chunk.
Gotcha.
And then it was a guest engagement educator position at Audubon Zoo. So pretty much people come to visit, and I would be out doing animal encounters for just people going to the zoo.
Right.
So you can meet these animals more closely. I would be doing
wow.
chats. So like if you had a specific question about the elephants, like be there to answer it.
That's crazy.
And I was like, I've never worked at a zoo. I've never been to New Orleans. Okay.
Let's give
Like
it a go.
this really intricate adult thought process.
Yeah, right. No, that's what you got to
And
do when
then-
you're young, though. I feel
yeah.
like, right?
Yeah.
But then I did go visit because when I was talking to Haley, who had been my first boss, she was like, it's a different kind of city. Like you want to visit, you want to make sure you would like it. And I went to the zoo and like posted up by the painted dogs, and I was like, I love them so much.
Aw.
They were like trying to pull a stick out of a tree,
Oh,
and I was like,
nice.
these are my animals.
Yes.
And the zoo is really vibrant, and a lot of it is because our horticulture department is so good
Okay.
that when you're walking, you don't feel like you feel like you're still in nature even though you're in a zoo,
That's cool.
if that makes sense. And they are always working on improving the enclosures. Our elephant enclosure was new within the past few years, so they had a lot of space.
Dang.
And it was like, I'm not a zoo person, so like I have these high standards of being like, if I see one animal that looks upset, I'm not about it. But also I was like, I can learn so much by working at a zoo.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'd gotten that and I moved. And then recently I switched from guest engagement to outreach coordinator.
Okay.
So it was like technically a promotion. And now I drive a van. It's called Wetland Express.
Hell yeah.
And I take the animals like to schools and to libraries.
So you're like a soccer mom for animals, basically.
Oh my gosh, I'm a soccer mom.
Soccer mom Carissa.
Soccer mom Carissa.
In my Dodge Caravan.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Just like lifted up and it's like
God.
snakes.
That's awesome.
Snakes just fly out of the
Instead of
van.
little children.
I would definitely get fired if snakes just flew out.
She's on the news for like New Orleans news.
Locals.
Soccer mom.
Today's
Soccer mom
news, the
Carissa.
Wetland Express exploded on the freeway.
Snakes are everywhere.
Snakes in the air, snakes on the ground,
Snakes in the plane.
snakes on the freeway.
Oh,
So
jeez.
my only it's not necessarily a restriction, but my focus is native Louisiana animals.
Okay.
So I don't get to work with as many of the species that I did as guest engagement when it's like I can use any of these animals in certain spots. And then I have a counterpart worker who does zoomobile, and he does the non-natives.
Okay, so a lot of the
Zoomobile.
exotic stuff.
Yeah,
That's cool.
He calls that one Big Bertha, which
Nice.
I love.
Big
And I've
Bertha.
started to call the Wetland Express Grandma Odie because,
Oh.
like, we have a snake named Tiana, and they're all Louisiana animals.
Nice.
It's like down on the bayou.
She just plays that on the radio.
Exactly. Yeah, just Princess and the Frog all the time.
How
But
cool.
I really love it. I'm sponsored by the New Orleans Pelicans.
Dude,
Thanks, guys.
what up?
And because of that, I can provide free programming for schools that have kids that like are on lower lunches and lower incomes.
nice.
That's so
So
cool.
I feel like I'm extending my tendrils.
It's
a lot more.
you sound like it's like a pretty cool experience
Yeah.
because that's
Save my planet.
and educate the children.
Yeah.
That sounds like what you really. I mean, you're just like I don't know, like outreach with like kids and stuff like that, and like just
Yes.
educating kids that probably wouldn't ever
Right.
get that experience.
Yeah, like
Pretty
I
sweet.
get to go hang out with kids and adults for some of the festivals and stuff. Like I get to talk about the things that I love to people that are there because they want me. They want me there.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
exactly.
really love
They've made it a point or an appointment to have you there and show up with all your animals. Like that's like my mom does a preschool thing, and like every time they have like I don't know, someone coming with like the owls or like a snake too, or like a skunk that they're trying to take care of and bring
Right.
back, and like the kids freaking love it. It's pretty cool. And like they always are like asking questions about it and stuff. They had like this little baby owl and this little skunk. They're like, "Can the skunk spray on us?" Like, well, it can.
That's
but
the
it
funny
hasn't."
thing about because people will have certain animals like they have their distinct like stress things. Like I'm working with. They're not native, but I'm training some chinchillas, and they have this behavior where they'll just lose all their hair. People be like, "Can we do that?" Like, no, they do that if they're terrified.
Oh.
Like, we're not gonna terrify this
No.
animal.
Oh my god. Just
Or like,
lose your hair.
I'll have our red-tailed hawk like on glove and stuff, and she was hit by a car, so like she can't fly.
Aw.
She's a rehab animal, and like they do bait. Like if something scares them, their reaction is to fly right away, like without thinking.
Yeah.
And so like, but she's attached, and some people are like, can we make her?
Oh my-
can we make her fly?
Oh my god.
No.
That's like the fainting goats. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah.
Those are the funniest freaking
Yeah.
videos, though. But yeah, it's the same kind of like reaction, right?
right. It's
like
like just,
stress induced?
No,
Yeah.
I don't. Or like anything with a mouth can bite. Like, well,
Yeah.
can we make it bite? No.
Oh my god. You're like, yeah, put your arm right by its
Yeah.
mouth.
Like, and especially like the animal's gonna bite me because they're like, you're the one that's supposed to keep me safe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
jeez, exactly.
Yeah.
You're like I'm not getting my blood drawn for you
Yeah.
guys. 'Cause you want to
No.
see
Right.
a trick.
No.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Funny.
That's pretty cool though. So that's basically like, what's your basic day like? Basically, like out, like, are you constantly traveling to different appointments?
Pretty consistently. It is kind of, this past week was really slow because they were on their spring, like not even a spring break. They're on their Easter break.
Okay, so you mostly
People
at
don't do
schools?
things in New Orleans.
Uh-huh.
During this
Bunch
time,
of heathens.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
During this time, it's mostly schools. And then June and July, like I have a program every day. So I'll go to work depending on what time my program starts. Like my time is flexible. I'll pack up whatever animals I have for the day. And we have to request our animals to make sure, like I don't want to take the same king snake to a program 5 days in a row.
Oh, that makes
Because
sense.
driving can be stressful. All of our
Yes.
animals have an off day where they don't have to deal with
It's
people.
crazy. I would
That's
have never
nice.
thought of that. You know what I mean?
Right. So I'll pack up whatever animals I'm assigned. I'll drive them to where I'm going, and then like I'll do my presentation. Sometimes it's just like one class, and the most we'll do in a day is 4.
Damn.
Wow.
And when you think about it, for some of the animals, depending on their carrier, like the rats that I have, they're really, you open the door and they like step right out.
Yeah. They're ready to perform.
But like with this,
like,
yeah,
here for this.
they like, I let them run around on the table
That's
and they're
awesome.
like, where are my seeds?
Oh,
Someone feed me something.
Someone put an almond.
I just lose their mind.
Like the jackpot.
yeah.
But for a snake, they travel in a cooler and then in a pillowcase. I don't know who did.
Wow.
I don't know who figured out the best way to transport a snake. Sounds like a
Dang.
scary job.
Jeez.
That
Yeah.
does, jeez.
But it is. They like being undercover, so it's, and they use oxygen differently, so it's not like they're suffocating.
Yeah.
And then like the cooler keeps their temperature the same, so that part's like, oh, smart.
Makes sense.
But you wouldn't want to open a cooler and then be like, where the hell is the snake?
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
gonna
God,
jump
yeah.
out right at me.
And
or what?
especially because they're really curious, so they're usually like, if they're awake, they're like testing the boundaries.
Yeah.
So like you would, and it can be startling for them too.
Oh, I'd imagine.
So being in the pillowcase, like you can unwrap it, and then you're like, all right, there's your head. So like, because like you don't want to be like,
yeah,
No.
smack them or grab them. In the
no one
right
wants to
spot.
be hitting the fucking
Yeah.
head either.
Yeah.
So then I do my presentations and then go back. I put my animals back. And then like the rest of the day is either like doing emails because people have to book in advance.
Oh, gotcha.
And then like making sure that they're paying me for
yeah,
what we're
definitely.
doing. And
Go
then
knock on some doors and be like,
yeah.
hey.
And then like there are certain animals that like they have training time.
Okay.
So the chinchillas are newer to our education program. And I would happen to just be their lead educator trainer. So it was like
Nice.
getting them used to a carrier because we're working towards choice.
Uh-huh.
And if we spend more time with the animals when they first start in our programming, they're better education ambassadors for longer.
Makes sense. Yeah, they
So
kind of
it's
get
like-
used to it.
Okay, we're not using the chinchillas for a few months, but now we can use them for like their whole life and they'll be fine because they'll like be comfortable. So it's like, all right, here's this carrier. It's not scary. And then they go in and they're like, all right, take some seeds.
Yeah.
Where's my snacks?
Yeah.
I'm in this bitch. Give me some snacks now.
And then there was like a step up behavior. So like you're asking them to go onto your hand. And then like that was in the enclosure. And then it was like stepping up from their carrier.
Oh my
and now they're
gosh.
at the point where it's like trying to get them used to being held. But they're chinchillas. So they're like, what the
They're like super skittish, right?
Yeah.
Like my buddy had a
Like
chinchilla
Felix.
as a pet.
Yeah, they're awesome. But they do like when I'm holding them, like people can come up and touch and like staff members and they do really well. It's just that like the longest I've been able to hold them has been like maybe 7 minutes
Oh boy, yeah.
because they
That's
just
still
get so
impressive.
twitchy. Yeah.
7 minutes?
They're
Jeez.
super soft,
Right.
aren't they?
They are
The
so
Don't they bathe in like sand or something like
Dust,
that?
yeah.
Dust, that's what it was.
Because they're from the Andes mountain chain. So in the wild, their dust baths are volcanic ash.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And they are prolific leapers. So initially with the chinchillas, we were going to see if we could present them on a table. So like it would be less stressful than hand. They don't stay on a table.
Oh my God.
So we would be like trying, and initially it was like, oh, they're just like, it's a new table. So they're just
Yeah.
exploring the boundaries. And then we'd had them on the table for a handful of times. We're like, this isn't getting better. And we would be like there and like, we'd have a high fence and we'd have to be like, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
our chinchillas are Cusco and Pacha.
Oh, that's cool.
I know, I love it. And the one Cusco had like made a leap off the, like I felt so athletic because I was like, you know, in my stance, and like he's leaping off the table, like snatch him out of the air, and like no, not that like he would be fine, he wouldn't hurt himself, and he'd be like running around.
Yeah, I hear you.
But it's one of the one of those things where it's like I don't want this chinchilla running around all over,
Scaring all
Yeah.
the children.
So then
Oh
we
my
had to
God.
reevaluate.
You learn from your mistakes.
Now they're going to be
sometimes.
presented in hand.
So you present the chinchillas, you have snakes. What other animals are like, or what's like a fan favorite?
I have a lot of favorites because it really depends like who I worked with most
Right.
recently. The chinchillas are newer, and then we have a newer nutria, which is a swamp rat. We were talking about it
yeah,
earlier.
that's right. The
Her name
nutria.
is Parrish,
Oh, that's cool.
and I would have never thought that I would like look at a nutria and be like, this thing is so cute. But she like has these big all webbed feet,
Oh
and
my
then she like
gosh.
holds her snacks.
I'm gonna look up what a nutria. I forget what they look
yeah,
like.
they're kind of like a smaller guinea pig beaver, but with a skinny rat tail.
Dang, they look like almost like a muskrat almost.
Yes, they're very similar to muskrats.
Cool. Yeah, look at the teeth on him,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Yeah, and she
They're
has
huge.
a cool behavior where like if she's on the ground and we start walking, she follows us.
Oh, that's cool.
But we were out, we have like a green space by our education yard where guests can't get into.
yeah.
And it was like I'm education, and then we have ambassadors, and they do like the animal care for all the animals, and then they also have presentations and animals that they present too.
Okay, gotcha.
So we work really closely with them, and I'm with the one ambassador keeper who's the lead on our nutria.
Nice.
And she's like, really great in this yard. She's walking around. All of a sudden, she's like, I'm going that way. She's like, makes break for it. And then we're like trying, like I'm next to her and like I have my snack. I'm like, Parrish, like, come on, like, follow. Let's go.
That's hilarious.
And she's like, I'm not going back in my crate.
Yeah, she's like, nah, I'm out here, man.
Eventually, time-wise, we just had to kind of like scoop her.
Yeah.
And they make such weird, like, it was like a weird low growl.
Like a grunt. Yeah.
It's like,
sounds like Mike during lovemaking.
Oh my God.
That was almost identical. Mike's ears pursed
How
up.
the hell do you know what I sound like?
It's like Check's camera in Mike's bedroom.
Oh my God.
Look at this thing, though. Look at this little nutria, Mike. Pretty cool looking.
They're
Huh?
It looks just like a beaver.
Yeah.
Except it's just like you were saying when Carissa was like explaining what they were and whatnot. She's like, when I first saw it, I was like, where's the beaver tail?
Where's the tail?
Exactly. It's a little rat tail instead.
And you can still get $5 if you kill one and bring in its tail because they are so invasive.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of areas do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there's a lot of them.
So
I don't know if they're any good to eat. People,
I think, make them
your
into
first thought?
stew, but it's like more the people that like live off the land will make them into stew. I don't think I haven't found anywhere that serves it.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to go buy a cup of
now that I
nutria.
work with a nutria, I don't think I could try
Yeah,
it. But like beforehand, it'd be like, it's an invasive species. It's local. Like it'd be fine.
Yeah.
You tried, that reminded me, because when we went to Georgia, you showed us a little baby alligator, which was fucking cool, because when Carissa, she showed the kids, she had to like literally, like she was watching it, she was still, and then I was like, whoosh, she would like snatch it, and I was like,
So environmental education centers have a little bit less rules. The gators were a little newer, a little sassy.
But
so you would dinosaurs. Like gator claw grab it. Now our gators are so like they're used to when I grab one of the zoo gators, like we grab tail and then head.
Okay.
And lift them this way, like you don't do the claw.
Okay, that's just the smaller ones. The old claw and get home.
But
that's awesome.
I had gotten alligator balls as like an appetizer from the
alligator
restaurant.
Bites.
Yeah, there you go.
Whatever. They were
like,
balls.
Not like sex organs from alligators, deep fried.
But you did try one, and then it was right after we had met the baby alligator, and I kind of felt bad. I was like, God damn it, this is like its mom I'm eating. But it was really good.
Alfie the gator there. I don't remember though.
I want to say that's what you named it. Yeah,
that's cool.
Do you have to with these animals? Do you ever have to take care of its teeth?
So certain animals where their teeth would naturally file down, we do our best to make sure that they're getting. So she gets like big logs to chew.
Nice,
damn.
And that'll like naturally. We still pay a lot of attention to teeth, but she has enough things available to chew that hers should naturally file down.
Yeah.
Our raptors, so any hawks or
velociraptors.
Yeah. She's like, what's the Chris Pratt thing where it's like,
he's like,
he's like the word. He has like a clicker, and it's like, okay, we clicker train, but like that's not what you do.
Yeah, because he's just clicking the entire time.
So hilarious. Hawks are owls that we have. They just with how their diet is more cut up with us, so we can do training sessions. We like they can eat a full mouse, but we'll cut it into pieces so we can reward them throughout hanging out with them and teaching with them. They don't get as much of the scrape. Okay. So every once in a while they'll have to do nail and beak trims.
Oh wow.
Because if it gets too long, it starts just how it curves. Can be bad. And then they struggle to grab their food.
Yeah, they can't eat as well probably. Mm-hmm. That's insane. I didn't even think about that. That'd be crazy trying to have to like file down a wild animal's like pretty trying to file down these teeth.
They'll do it if they do like a full physical for a lot of the animals, they will sedate them, but for a lot of the things, the behaviors are not as much with the raptors. It's kind of sometimes it's just like oh, you're chill, we're gonna kind of just hold you and then we're gonna do this quick, but they're used to the equipment.
Yeah,
a lot of our big cats and like the elephants, they have behaviors where it's like a mouth open. Usually like you say something and you do a visual cue.
Okay,
so you'd be like open and
they do it. Wow, that's nuts. What kind of big cats do you deal with?
I don't deal with any of them. We just got lions. They're not officially out, but you can see them.
Sure.
That's
exciting.
We have 3 females and 1 male, and the females came from Peoria Zoo.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's a random area,
right
in the Midwest to get.
Someone was like, "Yeah, I think they came from Peoria. It's like somewhere in the Midwest." I was like, "It's in Illinois."
It's definitely Illinois. Yeah.
I don't even know there was a zoo.
Yeah, what? So random.
So we have lions. We have cougar, puma, mountain lions, like all the same thing, whatever you want to call it. And then a jaguar, a tiger, and leopards. Emmer leopards.
That's a lot. You have a ton.
What do you feed the cats?
They get
people.
Grade A meat.
Do they?
Like, oh yeah, stuff that like the keepers can't afford.
Holy shit, that's
because
insane.
it has to be extremely high quality.
Yep.
But it is a lot of like beef, and then once a week, any cat at an accredited zoo, like part of their diet, they usually get a bone day.
Oh,
because
nice.
if they eat every day, it changes their metabolism and they'll get like fat and unhealthy.
Have you ever seen that photo of that one lion that was like in the zoo that was like super depressed and it was so fat, dude?
No.
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure that the big cat diets have changed like a lot over time as we learn more, because initially people would be like, you can't not feed them for one day. It's like, no, like these are animals that in the wild go a week without eating. They'll eat 100 pounds of food and then they'll go another week without eating.
Me too.
Yeah. And the bones, yeah, right.
Same schedule.
No, I'm a grazer.
That's how I am.
Snacks on.
Yeah.
But the bones will help them like kind of curve down their teeth, and it's natural and it's better for them.
And they're used to having
Plus,
that.
they have like the big cats have weird like tongues because they have like little like papillae on them.
Yeah, don't they?
So
It's
they're
like
rough.
sandpaper, right?
Yeah, they have like sandpaper tongues because they can lick a bone and scrape all of the meat off because they have to be able to get all of the food.
Yeah. Don't they look
available.
like, if you do like a microscopic photo of a cat's tongue, it looks like little claws on
Yes.
their tongue.
Oh, no thanks.
No thanks.
No thanks. Oh.
Cool.
That'd be awesome to have that kind of tongue.
It's just like, oh, and it
Ripping
licks your face
meat
and half your face comes
Yeah.
off. I'm like, oh, no.
Oh. Mike's trying to tongue kiss his gal and just rips
I was gonna say that
fucking
tongue
mouth out.
would not be great if you had any partner.
Oh, no. Ouch.
You'd definitely be ripping some skin out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And that's where we're going to end the first segment, you
Great.
guys. Ripping that skin off with your tongue. So get after it. Give it a shot. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Carissa for more Cyber Shindig Podcast, baby. And welcome back to the Cyber Shindig Podcast. This is the episode where we eat pizza puffs live on air.
I was going to say, that take you a little longer than you expected
Yes,
to eat it.
did. I had a half a mouth of pizza roll.
Yum.
That one was for Meow.
Oh, God.
Dude, she was one that messaged me when we did the IV with Wroe. She's like, I almost just puked watching that.
My cousin said he got lightheaded because I think he also has something with needles. And he was like, when you sent that Snapchat, I almost fainted.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, get over it, dude.
Podcast so powerful, we're
Make you faint.
making fans faint. It is so wild. Oh my gosh. So we decided at the break that if Mike were also an animal, he'd be a cormorant. And I think
They're
it's
the worst birds.
Yeah, they are. And they're just kind of a nuisance and they poop everywhere.
I'm not too happy with this
Like I said,
decision.
that's where the line is drawn.
That's the one thing they don't have in common. They don't poop a lot.
Oh my God, let it go. For God's sakes. I pooped today.
Carissa
so
brought
I'm
it
fine.
up. I didn't bring it up this time.
Well, I'm bringing it down,
You
okay?
need to have a
blaming-
better digestive system.
Blaming
You need
Carissa.
to eat more salad, more roughage.
That's right.
What's
Ooh, I
roughage?
like that. Roughage.
I don't know. I drink V8s.
No.
Why?
See, I
It has
told you.
all the vitamins of
Yeah,
vegetables.
but it's the way the nutrients are delivered.
through my
not
mouth.
the
Roughage.
Everything
If
goes
you
through my
think
mouth.
of like lettuce, even though you chew it, it's like scraping down.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that idea. Just scraping down.
Scrape that colon.
Scraping
Get
down.
that colon scraped out.
That's a new band song.
Scraping that colon.
Yeah.
You're scraping that colon. Like Dirty Mike and the boys. Coming to you live.
Is that
Dirty
drummer
Mike and the
boy?
boys. Such
Oh,
a
God.
great movie. No, I didn't bring it up this time, so you can't fucking blame me, bro. Anyways, we have some fun trivia. We figured since Carissa's here and she knows a lot about animals and biology.
Not everything.
Not everything, but a lot. Like when Casey was on, we did the Are You Smarter Than a Fifth? She's like, I want to make sure everyone knows I don't teach this subject or whatever. We're like, all right.
I was listening to that and
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know the answer.
Oh my God. Welcome
I was
to
like,
my
I did.
world.
I crushed the science section, but then I was like, history.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I kind of surprised myself in a few of them. I was like, oh, shit. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You had third grade questions.
I did.
Oh, speaking of which, I asked Casey the other day because they're having finals come up. I was like, make us a final and see like how we compare to the kids.
Oh, shit.
Like, see if we like get the same answers wrong, right? Give it a medium.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
That could be a great segment.
and
see
then
see how smart and or dumb we are.
yeah, curve the grade to what we get for them.
Oh shit! Their curve depends on us.
On us, yeah. Because if a 26-year-old guy can't do it,
That's true. That is.
yeah.
Unless we ace it, then I'd be like, which
We
we
won't.
probably won't. There's no way.
No.
What if I studied for it? I'm like going through all the textbooks and 5th grade.
You won't even watch a movie all the way through, but you're going to study for a 5th grade exam.
You're right. It won't happen. But anyways, Mike, let us know what you got over here. I got a game and you have a game.
Yes. So my game is just, I went on Google and I searched up like animal myth or fact. And it's just fact or fiction. So it's going to ask questions and it's going to be either true or false. I'm going to let Johnny answer the question first. And then I'm going to let Carissa like school us. Or maybe not school us. Who knows?
Hopefully school us.
I looked ahead and the first one is about weasels. So
the whistle.
Yeah. So
hang on 1 second. I've got some music here.
Queued up.
I'm just going to play the Jeopardy music.
Yes.
Okay.
That's always a good one. Oh, I love YouTube ads.
What?
I said I love YouTube ads.
Oh.
They're
That's the only way they
great.
get paid, dude.
I know. It's true.
Otherwise,
We'll give it to
YouTube
'em.
probably wouldn't exist.
$1 loaded taco nacho taco.
Nacho.
Taco Bell.
I do love Taco
I haven't
Bell.
had that poison in years. It's so good, though. It's not good for me, though.
That'll make you poop every
They
day.
actually
yeah.
have like the best vegetarian options of all fast food.
Dude. And like their Weight Watcher, they got like they actually have a decent
7-layer burritos where it's at.
Holy
Anyone that's
shit.
unsure what to order at Taco Bell.
7 layers.
Because you're going to get everything in that. So
That's right.
Jesus.
Just getting a little taste of everything in there.
Oh, my God. Beautiful.
Here we
Set the mood.
A nice French horn, maybe. Is that what that is? Okay, never mind. Go for it, buddy. Am I going first? Right?
You're gonna answer first.
Oh
yes.
boy.
So, fact or fiction? Most members of the weasel family are gray in color.
True.
You're gonna say fact.
Yeah. Fact.
Okay.
Fact or fiction? True.
Carissa, is it fact or fiction?
Well, the weasel family includes otters and minks, and they're all mostly brown, but I don't know how many weasel and ferret and polecat populations there are.
Polecat?
Polecat. It's like
polecat.
it's the
Mike's
European
favorite,
word for ferret.
That's Mike's
Oh.
favorite strip club. Polecats.
But the
She didn't even fade. She's like,
Chris is thinking.
didn't even fucking. I was like, damn. All right. Nothing.
I just pictured a bunch of ferrets.
Just trying to make some money.
There's like some sexy music.
Oh
and
my
it's
God.
Just like these weasels.
They're trying to
He's
get
got
through,
baby weasels to take care
trying
of,
to
all
pay
right?
their
They
way through
could
law
have
school.
all my money.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Make it right.
Show me that ferret. I'll say, what is it? Fact or fiction?
Fact or fiction?
I'll say fiction.
It is fiction.
Oh.
Most members are not gray in color, often are brown. So Carissa was
Chris has
correct.
got one. I've got 0.
Oh, I wasn't even going to keep score because I figured Carissa
It's gonna
would
be
win.
it's gonna be a blowout, probably.
But that's fine. All right, next one. Johnny, fact or fiction?
Okay.
Penguins don't live in Africa.
Come on. What? This is either some crazy trick question. Penguins don't live in Africa? That's what it is?
Yep.
Fact or fiction?
Fact or fiction? Penguins
Shit,
don't.
Dude, I don't know.
live in Africa.
I was in Africa for a little bit. I didn't see any penguins, that's for sure. It's a pretty big continent, though. I'm going to go ahead and say fiction.
So you're saying they do live in Africa?
Oh, wait. No, they don't live in Africa.
Penguins don't live in Africa.
Okay, sorry. That's a trickily worded sentence.
Trickily? Yeah, it's very trickily.
I'm going to say that penguins do not live in Africa.
So you're saying it's true?
Yes.
Okay. Carissa.
There's the African rock penguin. That
Oh,
lives in
fuck. I knew it was too good, too easy to be true.
They're the most common one that's at like aquariums and zoos.
Okay.
Is the African.
Is that
penguin.
because they're at zoos because they can
It's
handle the
easier
weather?
it's easier to maintain like the temperature that they're actually at, and they do better with like the breeding colonies, and it's easier for humans to actually help like reintroduce and help that
Okay.
species of penguin.
I got you. God,
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Is that
Yeah, she's right. It is fiction. They
I'd
do live in
imagine.
Africa. Is she right?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
That was
They're
a
asking a lot
tricky
of
one.
Africa questions.
Oh.
True or false, Johnny? There are no pheasants native to Africa.
Ooh, I'm gonna say that's true.
You're
I'd say
saying
it's true.
fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like I want to say fiction just to be the opposite again. Because most pheasants, I think, were introduced from Europe, but like they used to be connected. But I don't think a pheasant would want to live in Africa.
Unless
But
there's some
Africa
weird-
is so big that it's like
Yeah.
not just the desert.
Exactly. Unless there's some weird thing like a freaking penguin that lives out there.
But I just don't think, because in pheasants, like I think things would eat them. We do have guinea fowl that run through the zoo, but I don't actually know where they're from. I don't know. I'm gonna say fiction just to be. Oh, they're so dumb.
We've seen them out here.
Yeah.
They've been in my yard. One escaped.
Pheasants?
No, guinea fowl.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're like in a pheasant family or not.
They look weird though.
It is fiction. There are pheasants native to Africa.
I just need to start guessing. Just not even thinking about it. Just 50-50.
All right, this should be easier. This is a weird question.
Okay.
Johnny, fact or fiction? Pelicans are quite small.
That is definitely fiction. What if I was like, fact? They're tiny.
They're tiny.
Keep them in my pocket.
Carissa?
I agree with Johnny over here.
You are both correct.
Hey, got him on the board.
One of the top 5 largest birds is a pelican.
Is it really?
Yeah, but I forget which
Damn.
species of pelican.
I just remember watching Jumanji, and they had that scary looking
Yeah.
fucking pelican, and it was like bigger than the kid. I'm like, no.
Huge, man.
Dude, I'm not going to fuck with a pelican.
Be no way.
I think they're like 7 pounds too,
Oh my
which
God.
is big for a bird.
It's a pretty big bird. Their wingspan's huge.
Yeah.
6 to 8 feet for a brown pelican.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
God, no thank you. I'm not fucking with pelicans. Dude.
They're scary.
All right, fact or fiction? There are native dolphins in the Amazon River.
That is fact.
Yes, they're the Amazon pink river dolphin.
You're both correct. Johnny, did
yeah.
you know that?
I knew there was dolphins in the
Okay, you
river. I just
answered
didn't-
very quick.
I didn't know that was. I have seen those on like Discovery or something like that, or
Mm-hmm.
like Planet Earth.
Okay.
Which I think they have a new one, right? A new.
They
Planet
released
Earth?
Our Planet,
That's
which is
what it was.
similar, but the focus is more like, here are these cool environments that we have. Here are how you're ruining them, but here's how you can help them.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, which I think is really, it's a good move to be like, we're actually going to focus on the conservation
Yeah.
of these cool places.
At least they give you like options to help better it too. It's not just like a bummer. Like, man, this I probably wouldn't
Conservation
watch it.
usually is a bummer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything's dying.
That's what I was saying. When I was watching those like nature documentaries, I have like an
Existential.
existential.
Existential?
Existential?
Exa.
Existential.
I don't know. I was going to say, I
you
think
go.
I add an extra T.
Museum.
Yeah, don't listen to me.
But I have like a crisis because I'm like, damn, what if I was a butterfly and I just got eaten? Like,
Yeah.
boom,
Yeah.
you're dead.
Yeah.
Like, bye. I'm like,
Bye.
bye. All right, Johnny, fact or fiction? We know that, and this is kind of a weird question because I don't know if it's a modern animal. We know that mastodons existed because of early literary records.
We know that they existed because of early literary records?
Yes.
I'd
So
say
people
that's-
are like writing about
I'm
them.
going to say that's false. I think we know about them because we found parts and pieces of their bones and stuff.
Okay. Carissa?
Yeah, that's weirdly phrased because like we know that we have them because we found the fossils,
Yeah.
but they're drawn on caves. But do you consider that literary?
Yeah. I don't know if we should be
Like
making
so,
our-
like maybe, like do they consider cave drawings as like literature?
I would
Yeah.
say no
No?
because there's not
What about the
words.
What about the Egyptian drawings? Like,
The
we just like all
hieroglyphs?
these dog-headed people running around, and now we know that
Yeah.
there's dog-headed people.
Yeah,
back
so
then?
I guess like
Yeah.
even if you saw a mastodon drawing, like you can't guarantee that because like
Yeah.
you haven't found anything with a dog head yet.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. So,
yet.
But
yeah, you're
Yes.
yes, plenty of time.
If we're wrong for that one, I feel like they just phrased it
Yeah.
poorly.
You both are correct.
Okay.
That's fiction. Completely made up.
Boom.
It's
Okay.
the fossils, as you
Yeah.
put up.
Nice,
Very good.
nice.
Ooh, I might need help pronouncing this.
Uh-oh.
Kinkajous, K-I-N-K, kink,
Nice.
A-J-O-U-S.
Yeah, I don't know what that
Or
is.
Look that up real quick,
Kinkajou?
Johnny. See if we can find like a
Like
picture
the
of them.
phrasing.
Yeah.
K-I-N-K.
Yep.
O-J.
A-J-O-U-S. But the question is, they are distant cousins of raccoons.
Oh yeah, look at these little guys. All right, Kinkajou. Kinkajou. That's how you say it.
Look at those guys.
Sorry, you guys can't
Yeah,
see anything. I'm about to pull it up.
I'm like, oh, look how
Not
cute
on.
that is.
I can see someone having this as a pet.
Oh my God.
I'm sure
They're
they
cute looking.
It
do.
looks like a lemur.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little baby.
but like also like a Quadamundi.
Quatamundi.
Ew, look at
I
that
would
one's
say-
tongue.
Oh shit! I bet you they eat little insects.
I'm going to say babies.
They eat. Look at
They're
that
little
tongue.
babies. Ew.
Look at that tongue.
Oh.
That's the sound it makes. All right, so fact or fiction? They are distant cousins of raccoons.
I could say that's true. I'd say that's fact. Just
Okay.
by looking at
Yeah,
them.
I would say fact too, because they like looking at them. If we had just gone by like trying to
Yeah,
know
like
what
what the hell a
animal was.
Kinkajou is.
Because they look like a quadamundi, which I know is a relative of. A quadamundi is like the same, but it has like a striped tail.
Okay.
Oh, so like literally a lemur.
And people, yeah, but lemurs are still primates, whereas raccoons are in something else.
Rodent?
No,
Carissa, did you ever watch that show, Zaboomafoo?
Love Zaboomafoo.
Mike, did you say you never saw it?
I've never heard this.
Get out of here. It's so good.
That's a lie.
Zaboomafoo.
That's a
He's
fake
the best.
movie. So you both
yeah,
are saying
I would say
fact.
they're distant cousins.
Yeah.
You both are correct. They are distant colors.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like Carissa's going to get this really quickly. Johnny, fact or fiction?
Oh, boy.
Baby hooded seals are
What?
called bluebacks.
I'll say that's fact.
Why? Explain to me why
I
that's
have
a
no
fact.
idea. They
Just
probably
give
have
me a
some.
reason.
They probably have some blue around their back. Maybe I don't know. Or maybe it's something to do with their mating.
Maybe
They're when they get into like mating season, their back turns blue. Maybe
Hello.
to try to peacock a little bit to the ladies.
It's like, baby, you see my back? It's blue as the ocean, just like those eyes.
What are those called? Blue.
Baby hooded seals are called bluebacks. Carissa, is this fact or fiction?
I actually don't really know.
Oh.
But I'm going to say fact because that sounds like something that people would call them.
Look at these. They're cute too. He's got all the cute animals, Mike.
What can I say?
Look how pudgy that little guy is.
You like zoom out and there's a man with a club.
Oh my god.
Oh, but whoa!
I don't like
That
that.
guy's got an STI or something. on
No,
his
no,
face.
that's how they attract the ladies.
Oh shit! He probably is, right?
Yeah.
That's Johnny when he has to go to sleep. You guys are both
When the
correct.
weed hits.
They are called.
When the brownie hits.
They are. Yes, they're called blue hoods.
Okay.
I don't know why, because they don't seem to have blue hoods. But
I don't know. It's a weird question. Hooded seal.
okay. Next question, Johnny. I did not look these up before, so I apologize.
Oh, jeez.
Because Carissa is definitely gonna know this.
Oh, I don't know.
The capybara
Oh, the old capybara.
is a good
Smash it.
swimmer.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'll say yeah. Okay,
Probably,
that's
yeah.
fact, baby, all the way.
Yes. They're
Yes,
excellent.
they are good
Are they?
swimmers. Yeah. Because I feel like we talked about it earlier, didn't we? Saying that they like
We
are
talked
getting
ab-
into trouble because they're like blocking all these things.
Well, the
That's a nutria.
nutria is
Oh,
the
the
one that's
nutria.
invasive. Yeah.
Nutria,
But
capybaras.
They swim across like the Amazon River and stuff.
Capybaras?
This little guy.
God dang.
He's all about it.
World's
Aw,
largest
he was
rodent
swimming.
right
Holy
there.
shit. He's moving pretty good. He's like in a
Yeah.
pool somewhere.
He ain't got a care
Oh,
in
that's
the
cool,
world.
yeah.
I feel like I saw one at his.
That looks like my dog.
He's upside down.
He's just like laying on his back, belly up.
Aw.
Pretty cool looking.
All right, last question. Johnny, if you get this right, you win.
Okay.
Some bullshit.
Lay it on me.
Moas are prehistoric dinosaurs.
Moa.
M-O-A-S.
I'll say true.
You're going to say true to this. Okay.
Yep.
Carissa? Do you know what a Moas
I
is?
think it's a bird, isn't it?
I don't know. Carissa. Johnny, can you look it up real quick?
How'd you
I didn't
spell it?
want you to look it up because
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
know.
M-O-A-S.
I think it's a bird.
It's a bird.
Let's see. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a Moa. Yes, you were right, Carissa. It is a bird, and I think if I show this, this will give.
Because it'll be, if it's drawings, it's prehistoric
Yes.
versus like a real.
But this is it. I'll just show it to you.
Yeah.
You already got it. Pretty cool
Well,
looking.
Johnny answered it, and you said that he would win if he got it.
Yeah. But he's not right.
Is
What?
there a living relative?
Whoa! Look at these.
Wait, what?
things.
How was the question phrased?
Moas are prehistoric dinosaurs.
Oh no, because they would be after dinosaurs. Dinosaurs.
Oh.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs?
You know all those
Dinosaurs.
dinosaurs at
Dinosaurs.
Costco?
So technically, they wouldn't be prehistoric. They
Damn.
would be descendants.
You are correct.
Oh shit!
They're not prehistoric dinosaurs. Although if I would have saw
The
that,
phrasing of that question, though, again.
why do you give Johnny all these like?
It's true. Usually people are like, "Fuck you, I won." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
Oh man, that was my
Because
last question though.
I hate when
That's
people try to make me like, "Oh, you didn't get the answer to that. You're so dumb." And it's like, no, like I just didn't understand what you were asking.
Jeez, Johnny.
Damn it!
It's like that question like penguins don't live in
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, "Wait,
Africa.
what?"
I
True or
also
false?
absolutely always detested true or false questions in
Oh
high
my
school.
god, they were the worst.
I'd have to like write notes and be like, "What are they actually asking?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can you get to the point on this one? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah.
I did it a lot in college to where if it was true or false and I thought it was false, I'm like, this is false because like I'd write it in the and
Right.
that didn't count. Like you couldn't like
Yeah.
defend yourself. But I was
Yeah,
always
it's
like,
kinda
listen here, professor, this is true, but only in the summer. And they're like,
kind of shitty, right? I don't know.
I don't like true and false. I like multiple choice, but I don't like my absolute least favorite question is always select the ones that are true, and it gives you like multiple ones, and you can circle multiple ones. No, fuck that.
Ain't about it.
I had a professor who would be like, it would be phrased like, select the one that is least true. It's like
that's a bad
That's
one
the
too.
worst too. What the fuck?
That is some bullshit right there.
Come on. Well, Carissa, congrats. You won.
Thanks.
Where's it at? Oh, snap. Oh, God. Is this one that never ends?
It just loops over and over.
I'm like, all right, that's enough. Please stop. And as you know, too, I have a fun game queued up. And I think we might all be able to play it. But I'm going to let you guys go first. It's a fun animal noise.
You'll never guess which animal makes these sounds.
And it's a fun game, and we're going to hear a few animal sounds, and we can guess which one.
Play the noise for a little bit and then show the animal?
Yes.
Oh, that's really nice.
It's actually like perfect for this. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to play it. It's kind of fun. Okay, can you guess which animal is making the sound? Red-tailed chipmunk, American robin, cheetah, or cane toad? Oh, shit. That was fast. That was so fast. I'm going to have to pause it next time. I'll know.
Cheetah.
Yeah. Oh, my God. It was a cheetah.
I would not have thought cheetah. I would have thought of a toad, honestly.
So look at
Cheetahs are
this.
so weird.
Ew. It's like...
Crazy. You'd think that they would be a little bit deeper because they're cats at home.
Yeah,
like
but they don't growl.
Yeah.
So like I only know this because I had asked someone that was really smart. Like where their little whatever doohickey you have that like moves in your throat.
Adam's
theirs is
apple.
like placed in
uvula
a
or
different
whatever.
spot and it's attached to something else. Like that's the
Ooh.
reason
What?
certain
So
cats
it's probably-
can't growl.
Probably
That's
closer
weird.
to the front of their
Yeah.
mouth, maybe. Mm-hmm. That's insane because it does sound like a real weird.
Yeah,
yip.
and they're cats, but they're like not really cats. Like because they don't retract their claws. That's why they can run so fast.
Oh.
no shit.
But also that's why they have to like grab with their mouth because their claws aren't as
Yeah,
sharp because
that
they're
makes
running
sense.
on them all the
Yeah.
time.
They're like tackling things and chewing them with
Yeah.
their mouth.
Damn.
Pretty
Oh,
cool.
Poor cheetahs.
Oh, the old
poor
cheetah.
cheetahs.
Fast as hell.
All right, so you'll have to pause it as
Yeah.
soon as all four of
This
them come
next
up.
one,
Yeah.
I'll pause it. So that's the old cheetah.
Definitely sounded.
Here's the
like
next one.
Ooh, I'm gonna guess seal.
That does sound like a seal.
I don't
I'm
know
gonna,
what a
I'm gonna go with the Eurasian beaver because I don't know
willow-
what that is.
willow ptarmigan
Or piping
Ptarmigan?
plover. That sounds kind of cool too.
I don't know if a piping plover is real.
That's probably a bird.
Piping plovers are real. They're the ones that like at the beach they have the skinny little legs and they like run in the water. So like
yeah.
it also does
No.
kind of sound like them.
That sounds tropical. Ew.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mike?
I actually think it's the beaver as well. I feel
You're going with
that's-
the Eurasian
I'm gonna
beaver
say
with me?
beaver. Yeah.
The old beaver. Let's see.
One of those where it's like, Nat Geo, you just trying to trick me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, the Wilma. How do you say that?
Willow ptarmigan?
Ptarmigan. Yeah. Oh, you can hunt ptarmigan. I know, but not
But
those
it's a
ones.
PT ptarmigan.
Males of
this
for
bird
anyone
species-
not watching the screen.
Yeah.
They make
Yeah, right.
nasal barking notes and rattles as part of their clucking calls to attract females.
Hey, lady.
Me too.
Dang. Mike, this too. So we got Mal.
It's a gross.
One Mal over with that.
She's like, whoa.
Whoa. Next level. Oh my god.
Uh.
I'm in love. All right, here's the next one. Whoa, that's Mike on the toilet.
How
did we get this?
Before the things come up, my guess is an alligator.
That sounds pretty
Oh.
close. Because it's very.
Oh shit.
Okay.
American
Asian
alligator's on there.
Mountain lion, American alligator, rough grouse. I think you are right, Carissa. Just sounds like he's got like a mouthful of water and he's
But like,
growling.
yeah,
I'm gonna say it's
elephants
an.
can make like deep rumbles.
I was just
though.
gonna say it might be an elephant drinking because I hear water.
What if it was a rough grouse? A little tiny grouse. It's like,
I don't know if I've ever heard our mountain lions can't do like a roar either, but they do growl. But that just seems so like it sounds like a bellow.
Yeah.
So the options for the people who are listening
yeah.
is an Asian elephant. We're just like saying the
Yeah.
answers.
I
An
don't know,
Asian
man,
elephant, a mountain lion, an American alligator, or a ruffed grouse.
grouse.
Grouse. Grouse. Grouse.
I think it's
Grousey.
the alligator though.
I'm gonna say elephant just to
Okay.
be different.
You would.
I'm different. Yeah.
What if it was you in the toilet, Mike?
Aw.
Ooh, it is the American alligator.
Yeah, the bellow.
To hunt mates and scare off
attract
rivals.
Damn.
Oh, to hunt mates.
It's kind of counterproductive.
Look how big that thing is.
Ugh.
Yeah, I love gators.
Oh, I know what this is.
No, that's not a ring rat.
Pause it.
It's gonna do it one more
Well,
time. I knew it was elk too. Damn it!
that's an elk.
It was an elk call. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nasty.
Elks are terrifying.
Crazy. That's an elk in I think that's a.
Okay, for people that
male.
can't see, the top says no, that's not a ring rat, which if you're a nerd is really funny.
What's a ring rat?
They're the like weird like dragony things that come in Lord of the Rings.
Oh
no shit.
Yeah. Dang.
They do sound like that.
Yeah.
Now that
Kinda
I'm
does.
thinking of it,
It's like
that's
a
wild.
screech.
Like,
Reaching.
they're not quite dragon. You know?
Yeah.
No.
They're like those weird things that come after Frodo and the clan. Yeah.
The clan.
The clan.
Frodo and the clan.
This is a big
Red fox,
freaking
elk,
bull elk.
I think I would have said monkey probably.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's a really
That's when
high
they're in
pitch.
heat.
Shrill. I would.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's me whenever I'm hungry.
Usually they come up.
Oh, by whistling and like people will do that.
Yeah.
Like
They usually come up and they're like freaking all excited because it's mating season. They're peeing all over themselves too. All right.
So the question, the answers are a blue whale, duck-billed platypus, a European starling, or a narwhal. We were just talking about
That
narwhals.
sounded like some
Sounds
like
like
radio static.
that's not real.
that's
Nat
not
Geo,
real.
you lie.
Ew.
That is weird.
Like it sounds clicky to
Yeah.
be like the blue whale or a narwhal,
But
but also
don't whales sound like this?
it's definitely not a starling. Mike would pick
I
starling.
don't know what noise is platypus.
I'm gonna say a platypus.
I'm gonna say a narwhal.
All right, I'll say blue whale.
Okay, we got it all covered. Here we go.
It's gonna be a fucking star.
What? Come on now. Wow.
Yeah!
Oh, the narwhal.
Narwhal.
Dang, 1,000 clicks of sound per second.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
This is like
They
disturbing.
use it
Yeah,
to
I don't
find
like it.
small cracks in the ice to breathe, it says. That's insane.
Narwhals,
guys.
swimming in the ocean.
That's insane. That's pretty sweet, though.
Causing a commotion. That makes sense because they're
They
fucking
are
loud.
so awesome.
Dang.
Nat Geo.
Nat
Bless
Geo.
me.
Would you ever work for Nat Geo, Carissa?
Yeah,
If you had the chance?
I would.
Yeah.
Ideally, they would pay for me to have a TV show
That
where I
would
would
be
just
awesome.
travel and teach people about cool
Fuck
stuff.
yeah.
Netflix. Next listen.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Hell
if you're
yeah.
listening, Netflix.
Yeah. Hey, Netflix, by the way, I'd like
I
a
already
show.
have some like names in mind. Like I'll talk to people about animals. I'm entertaining.
Why is
I
it
make
still
noises
playing?
all the time.
Oh my god. So
Like, I know at least Betsy Teal would watch it.
there you
My
go.
mom,
I'd probably watch it.
You got
number
one.
one
Shot.
supporter.
Yeah. My
yeah.
mom.
Yeah.
Judy would watch it probably.
Yeah.
Judy, watch it.
Judy
As long as it's on YouTube, though.
Yes.
She'll only watch it if it's on YouTube.
Watch the shit out of that. What is making noise? I can't
I
figure out
don't
which
know.
page is making noise here. Is it this one? There, that's what it was.
Another
No, that
YouTube
wasn't
ad,
it.
probably.
Shit.
When it opens like an ad in a different like.
Oh, here it is. Yeah,
section
that's
of-
it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It's on
Damn
the
it.
side.
So those of you who are living under a rock probably don't know, but the new Avengers movie came out, and I wanted to talk to Mike about this because I thought he was going to see it on Friday, and he didn't see it.
Listen.
So upset. I
So
haven't seen
here
it.
here is my story. And Sam, I'm talking directly
Oh,
to you
calling
right
you out,
now.
Sam.
Calling you out, Sam. So
shit.
Sam, this was actually during the podcast on Tuesday. Sam
Yeah.
texted me. He's like, "Hey, do you want to go see Endgame with me?" I was like, "Yes." Immediately responded, "Yes."
Hell yeah.
He's like, "Cool. We're trying to shoot for Friday." I'm like, "Cool. Let me
That's
know."
when it came out, right?
Yeah. No,
Cool,
it came
cool,
out on
cool.
Thursday. But
Oh,
then
okay, yeah,
Friday was
Thursday.
like the day to go.
Thursday night, right?
Yeah.
It came out.
So I'm like, cool. Don't hear from him from a while. I was looking up Friday tickets because I was thinking if he hasn't got them yet, I might buy him in the one in Cherville and you
Yeah.
just go there. I text him. I'm like, hey, I'm looking at tickets right now, and there is not a spot open on like the
Shit.
IMAX because you can like pick
Right.
your seats.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was like, maybe we should wait until like next Friday or something. Radio silence
What is
from.
going on?
That's your Insta
Oh
button.
shit! Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So, wait, so you don't hear anything from him?
Instant silence. And Sam, I know you're glued to your phone. So I'm like,
He's
oh
like,
my
"Fuck
God.
Mike."
And then the next day he texts me. He's like, oh, because I was like, let's wait until next Friday to go. And he's like, oh, my dad ordered tickets for Friday in Rensselaer. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then Friday comes around and I haven't heard anything. And I'm thinking, did do you also get me a ticket? So I texted him. I was like, hey, your dad, when he made the purchase, did he include me? Because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And he's like, I don't think so.
He just sends you the middle finger emoji.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
So no, we didn't. I did not end up going, which was fine because the Kroll men in my family are notoriously bad planners. When we want to do something, we'll be like, oh, we should do this on Sunday, and then we just drop off the end of the world. We'll never say anything.
Well, you're pretty good at sticking to a
I
schedule.
have to with you.
Yeah,
You're the one I have to be careful.
Because I'm bad at sticking to a schedule.
Like when we were going to see Trevor Noah, I didn't know who we were seeing until the day before. I didn't know where we were going. I didn't know who was driving, where we were eating.
Shit?
It's like when we went to London and I had no idea where we were staying. When the custom guy was like, "Where are you staying at?" I was like, "I don't know, a hotel, I think."
Somewhere, hopefully in a bed.
You're doing like Meow, Casey.
Yeah, Meow and Casey are waiting on the other
side.
side. I'm like, "Help me!" He thinks I'm a terrorist or something.
What time are you guys leaving for Trevor Noah? And I was like, "Well, Mal or Casey will message me at some point."
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm just gonna let them handle it.
Right, and it's not like I can offer to drive. So.
Up to you guys.
Yeah. So I did not see Endgame. I'll probably try and see it this weekend.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at tickets Friday and this weekend, and it does not look as packed.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, it got a really good score on Rotten Tomatoes, and they said that it's gonna be one of the biggest movies of the year. Obviously,
Absolutely.
it sold more tickets than the new Star Wars. that
Probably
everyone was
because
freaking
Star
out
Wars
about.
was a recent,
Yeah, so
recent
I think
record
they're
holder.
killing it, but
Literally.
I haven't seen the one
Any of
before
them.
this, so I'm like, and then I heard you have to see Captain Marvel before you see this too.
I do
or
not
shit?
think so. We were actually
don't know.
talking about that the
Right.
other day. It just
There are
introduces her
probably
origins.
Some side things that when you rewatch a movie, the things that you notice. I
Makes
was
sense.
watching Crimes of Grindelwald, and I was like, oh, there's so many details. There's the Deathly Hallows on the wall. Ooh.
Oh damn!
The one that
if you
Hagrid was
watch-
in.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Did you
Hagrid.
see? Did you see? What did I say? Oh,
Young Hagrid.
no. I was like, yeah. Did you guys see? Fucking. What was the wizard in Sword in the Stone? I was like, wasn't
Merlin.
that Merlin in there? And they're like, they all just they're like, what? And it was the dude that had the
Nicholas Flamel.
Nicholas Flamel. I was like, I think that was
yeah.
Merlin. You guys.
Johnny was trying to be a part of it. Did you
They're
guys
like,
see
what
that?
the fuck?
We slapped him.
Oh, pretty
Anyhow.
much.
But Captain Marvel, like Mike was saying, did seem more like an origin
Yeah.
story. There probably are minor details, but those are things that you would miss if you haven't rewatched all of the Avengers movies right beforehand.
You have to nerd out real hard before you go
I
see it.
really enjoyed Captain Marvel, though.
I haven't
Oh
seen
yeah,
it.
it's good.
I want to.
Definitely.
It
worth
definitely was
watching.
when you think of it as more of the origin, you're like, okay, there's gonna be a lot of information, not necessarily these just fight scenes after fight scenes.
Exactly.
But there were a lot of moments where I was like, oh yeah, girl power.
Girl power, baby.
Crush it.
Get it. That's awesome. I need to see that, and I still haven't seen Black Panther. For that's awesome. For it's pretty cool.
You need to catch up.
Wakanda
Well, you haven't
forever.
seen Infinity War.
Sure is one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't seen Infinity War. Or no, wait. What's the one before? Yeah, it's Infinity Wars. I haven't seen that.
You haven't?
I haven't seen it. I live under a rock.
Yeah,
too
I was gonna say
sometimes.
who's living under a
Yeah.
rock now.
But it's it doesn't say how it did in the box office yet. But look at the top box office. I haven't even the Curse of La Llorona.
I don't know.
26.4
You're wrong.
million, man.
Because it's
What is
a
that?
scary movie that just came out.
And
Yes,
Shazam's
that's
got
why I wouldn't
16.
know about it.
Let's see.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
would not know about
I
it.
kind
But
of want to go watch a scary movie in theaters.
be scared.
the commercials
What?
are very short. They don't tell you a lot.
Ooh, this is creepy looking.
Ooh,
Should we
no,
watch
I
the
don't
trailer?
Yeah.
She
Chris
wants
is
your
like-
children. That's what
That's
I
that
thought that
what
was it. Dude, I thought that was it. I was like, I was like, maybe I don't want to watch that. Man, that was creepy, Carissa.
I would say you and Chris are probably the same when it comes to scary
God
movies.
dang.
You both do not like them.
Dude, I'm not a huge fan. I'm not going out of my way to watch
in a
them.
movie, if I get scared, I will punch someone and sprint out and be like, "You're dying first."
Oh my god! But it
Ooh.
looks
Oh, I already don't
spooky.
like I think it catered to an old
like a folk tale.
yeah. But I don't think when they went to go see it, it did not do well. But the folktale itself was good. Like Slenderman. Like Slenderman's a really good folktale, but when you make a movie about Slenderman, it does not succeed.
Yeah.
La,
This
da, da.
weird shit's about.
Yorangi. Llorona?
God, this tastes
Llorona?
It's the double L, so I would think.
Double L's make a Y
La
sound.
Llorona.
Yeah.
Patricia.
I'm very sorry.
Patricia.
for our loss.
Ooh.
I can't even imagine how you must feel.
She's like, you can't.
Yeah, you're right.
Children
Wash your hair. You get eaten tonight.
are safe now. But have they heard her crying? Have they felt the sting of her tears?
Damn.
That's a little much.
There's always a rocking horse that's moving
right?
for no fucking reason.
Yeah, but
There's
how?
a window that's open, blowing grapes and shit around.
When was the last time you saw a rocking horse in an actual house, like an
I
old
don't
one?
know.
Ooh.
There she is.
James.
James 1.
That doll she's got is creepy.
I think it's an old school Raggedy Ann.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
And
kind of
those
like
are
Annabelle.
terrifying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Something's gonna pop out.
No, it's gonna be in the mirror.
Oh no!
See the mirror.
There it is. Yep, it's her. Oh,
See,
shit.
I hate that horror movies nowadays are so
Super
predictable.
predictable.
Yeah, and they rely on jump scares and the
well,
sound.
Definitely.
And this is definitely that.
This is Uh-oh.
She's already here.
Oh.
Bye.
She's gonna get grabbed.
Oh, there it was. You were right. This is creepy. It seems like some kind of Spanish folklore thing.
I think that's what it is.
Name.
Yeah.
But that's the thing too. If that's the case, they should have made it like
In
Spanish.
Spain?
Yeah. No, they should have
Or-
made it like in
yeah.
Spanish. This is very like American.
Oh, for sure.
Oh.
Ooh, bathtub scene. Look at the hands coming behind her. Ooh.
Oh no!
She starts
she's
washing her hair.
Oh, I hate that so much.
It's Mike actually washing her hair.
Oh my god.
Oh, she's drowning her. Scared her a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Poor
Yeah.
little girl.
Carissa. Oh jeez.
Snap. Oh, later.
They did have a really cool shot. I was nerding out about this a bit ago
On
because
this
it's
one?
yeah, because I think some things that they do for this are really cool. They had this girl who had like those see-through umbrellas, and she could see like the ghost through the umbrella, and she like dropped it, had to go chase after it, and when she picked it up, she was like right there.
Dude.
So things like that are neat, but overall, it seemed like this relied on a bunch of jump scares.
Yeah, pretty much.
We watched the Blair Witch Project in your home.
We did.
Oh my god.
It was like after prom or something.
Fuck that. I feel like that's such a thing to do in high school. Like,
Oh yeah.
just get the shit scared
Well,
out
we
of you.
watched that, and then was that the same night where they also rented "I Spit on Your Grave"?
Oh, that one is gnarly. Horrible. That one is not even like a scary movie. It's
No,
just like a
it's just-
revenge
It's just
story.
a miserable.
Yes.
movie.
It's like gruesome. Well, because we went to the fucking family video, and we should not have trusted the old guy walking around at 10 p.m.
Right.
We're like, oh, we're looking for a really good scary movie. He's like, oh, You Spit on My Grave is the best movie I've ever
He's
seen.
like, come back to my
not.
house. I'll
Yeah,
show it to you.
It is not.
And then it's just like, first of all, it's very gory, which gore does not scare me.
No.
It's just gross.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's like very revengeful. Yeah, it's just not
Just a
for
girl
me.
that gets like basically raped, and then she goes back and kills each of her rapists.
all gory.
Yeah. Yep.
My favorite part was when this guy was like
disturbing.
strung up, and she had these garden shears, and he just went up to him, like,
Snipped it off.
snipped it off.
She made him eat it, didn't she?
Snipped his
I think
business.
so, yeah. Which, fuck. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Like she did.
He deserved it.
Jesus.
Yeah, they did.
Eat your own penis.
Speaking of penises, the new Game of Thrones is coming out tonight.
Good segue, dude.
Casually.
Speaking of wieners.
And they
I did binge and catch up, but
Do
I
you watch
didn't
it,
watch
Carissa?
last week's episode.
Okay.
so
you
don't
were allowed.
spoil it, Johnny.
Oh, I mean, I.
But I
know.
watched the season premiere. And
Okay.
and I go on the internet. So like
go on the
I generally
interwebs?
kind of know what happens, especially because I follow Leslie Jones, and she's
gosh,
like
yeah.
if you're watching a show that she is watching, you have to like I have to block her
yeah.
until Game of Thrones is over.
Right.
Because it's really tough for me to try to plan to consistently like go somewhere to watch it. Like I know people that have HBO logins, but I don't have Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's tough. though.
And I don't like watching shows in public because I have a very reactive face.
I'm with you on that. I'd never really watch anything, especially funny things.
if it was important.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Rick and Morty, they have like premieres at bars, and I could not go watch
No.
it with like a bunch of screaming
Because what if you
drunks.
miss
Right.
something? Yeah.
Yeah. I'd fucking
Someone
kill them.
talks over some important part, and you're like, the hell?
Ah.
But they were saying tonight, the battle scene is supposed to be like the most epic it's like Helm's Deep times 10,
Right.
like crazy amount of money dumped into it, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's going to be a hell of an evening. Does your parents have HBO?
I don't know. I could possibly watch it.
Because you could they always play
stream
the
it.
episode beforehand.
Yeah.
And then you can
pirate
watch
it too.
it.
Just go
Yeah.
on. I don't know. I used to
The
watch.
thing
it
is that we're like grandma's coming over for dinner tonight.
Oh, yeah.
She can watch
I
Game
know
of
we're gonna
Thrones
play.
too.
Don't want to make Grandma watch Game of Thrones.
I'll be like, what is Carissa Marie?
Oh my god!
What
How many
is
times do
this?
they have sex? What?
They are related.
That's a brother and a sister. That's sin against God.
Oh.
That is pretty fucked up though. There's a lot of weird shit in that
There is.
in that series, but it's
That's what
still
makes
good.
it great.
I need to catch up, man. I stopped watching at season 4, so
What?
got a
You
lot
stopped
of-
watching a show?
I just kind of like I don't know.
Johnny has completionist anxiety.
Yeah.
I'm confident he does.
I'm sure I do.
Because did you ever beat Red Dead Redemption?
No, but that's such a big game too.
Oh yeah, it's such a huge game.
I've been trying,
I've
man,
just been
all right?
busy, man. South Park's been on, and I don't know.
It still's on.
I
Unless
know you're
Hulu shut it off, maybe. I don't
No,
know.
it's still rolling. Hulu doesn't do the thing
Yeah,
that
buddy.
Netflix does
Yes,
that
it did.
shames you.
It just did.
Does it?
I just had to click yes. I'm still watching.
Oh, I didn't know that. It's like mind your own business.
Yeah,
like
dang.
Stop. No. Mm-mm.
has anybody ever been
Dang.
like yes? I mean no,
No,
I'm not watching
hell no.
anymore.
And maybe when I wake up and I see it, I'm like, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
I should probably go back to bed. I'm not gonna keep watching this, but I don't know. When is the new Pikachu movie coming out?
May
Mike?
10th.
We need to go see that.
May 10th.
So we can
Midnight release.
So we can squash this beef with the dad podcast.
Listen
Mike
here.
said yesterday that he thinks Pikachu is going to be bigger than Endgame.
Bigger than Endgame. I'm calling it
And
right
I
now.
want everyone
Detective
to
Pikachu
know.
is going to be bigger than
do
Endgame.
not agree with that.
Well, you're wrong, dude.
I don't agree. I think it might be okay. I don't have high hopes.
Listen here. If your name's Chad Hoy, I'm talking to
Oh,
you
boy.
directly. You're fucking wrong about Detective
Oh,
Pikachu.
boy.
And I'm mad because the episode that we released with our 1 year anniversary,
Oh, that's
and all our
right.
audio got lost, and I roasted the Dad
You
Podcast.
did. You gave him 10 reasons.
10
That's
reasons
why.
why I hate the Dad Podcast.
That was
You
pretty
didn't write
good.
them down?
I wrote them down.
He
Oh.
did.
Do you
What
want me
to
to tell
say?
you the 10 reasons
Give
why
her-
I hate the
Give
Dad Podcast?
Give her a few. Give us a few.
Hell yeah.
Give us a few here, bud.
Number 1
Oh boy.
why I hate the Dad Podcast. They kick pregnant dogs. They only kick pregnant dogs. When they see a dog walking around the street and it looks like it has a little fupa going on, they
Oh,
go
no.
up and just kick it.
What if it's just a little fat?
They don't want to take chances that it's not, so they'll
So they
still
just
kick
do
that
it
dog.
anyways?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Number 4, because I'm gonna jump around. They don't know the difference between your and your, and it bugs the shit out of me.
Oh man.
We can't have that.
Ooh, Chad and Cameron. Ooh.
Grammar matters, everyone.
Oh,
If
that
you
is
don't
true.
understand that sentence, you are part of the problem.
Ah,
Number 9, they bring toddlers to the movies way past their bedtime.
boo.
Toddlers don't deserve to go to movies.
No,
That's
not
right.
at all. Even during the day.
They should be in bed. Or outside. Or getting a job somewhere.
Getting a job, damn, yeah. And then my biggest reason that I hate the Dad Podcast is that neither of them are dads. Don't call yourself the Dad Podcast when neither of you are dads.
You don't have to be a dad to have a dad bod.
That's true.
It's just more unfortunate.
Chad's got hidden children all over the world.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
It's like, damn, I got to go pick up my kids from
Secret
Texas.
Ecuador.
It's like with the ancestry things where you can send in your DNA, and it's like all the people that had like sperm donor parents.
Oh,
It's like,
that's
I
right.
just found out I have 26 siblings.
Oh my
Holy
god, no
shit.
thanks.
What am I going to do for holidays now?
You're going to get 26 more
I
presents.
better get better get my fucking birthday shopping done.
Yeah, but it's coming out soon, so Chad, I can't wait to have you eat your words about the Detective
Jesus.
Pikachu.
I don't know. I think it's 50-50. It's going to be good. It's going to be trash.
You're not coming with me to the movies
We're
then, you
going
dick.
together. We're going together. We're going to make a day out of it.
Oh, little
There we
date.
go.
A little date.
So, Carissa, do you play video games? I know Britt does, right?
I do not.
That's a
The
bummer,
last
man.
video
Boo.
game thing I had and played on was a Sega.
That's a good system.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good
Don't
one.
man me,
Sega.
Sonic.
So there's some good games that look like they're coming out. I don't know. I think these already came out. for
That's February,
2019.
yes.
Here we
February
go.
has passed. That's March still.
Almost May.
It's almost May. It's gonna be May.
Bam, bam,
so
bam. The old Cuphead, which Mike got. How's that been going? by
I have
the way?
not gotten it yet. Cuphead is a very difficult game we talked about last
Yeah.
episode. I'm gonna have Mallory play it with me
Super Meat
because it's a
Boy
2-play game.
Forever. Don't forget
Forever.
forever.
That Meat Boy is
Super
forever.
Meat
Super
Boy.
Meat Boy.
Super Meat Boy is a game where you play this little like block of meat, and this guy kidnapped his girlfriend, and like he has to go like save her, kind of like Mario, but it's like a platformer.
Sounds familiar. Oh, okay.
So you have to like jump and make your way through saws so you don't get like grinded up. This meat can.
Oh, some of it can. Chris, have you ever heard of a game called Manual Samuel? We've talked about it on the podcast.
We did?
Yeah, this was like our first or second episode.
Okay.
Manual Samuel, you are in control of a guy, and you're in control of all of his bodily functions. So you have to like pump his heart, get his lungs breathing, like move one hand, move one leg, and he'll like fall over and hurt himself, and his health goes down.
That sounds like QWOP.
I don't know what that is. What'd you call me?
Cool. It's when this guy's like racing and you have to control his legs with Q and W.
Sounds really familiar,
QWOP.
yeah. But you are like in control of all of like his bodily.
That's
like,
so.
That's
funny.
hard.
To have
Keep him
it be
alive.
like broken down enough to be like you have to pump his heart.
yeah, like keep his lungs breathing and like move his hands and shit. But
Manually where
Manual
is that?
Samuel. I think it's on Steam, but I don't
Damn.
know. I saw a new Star Wars game that was supposed to come out, but
So
Trover saves the universe. Are you getting that?
No.
Oh.
Something that a lot of people are mad about. So the last Star Wars game
Yeah.
had a lot of microtransactions. If you wanted to be better at the game, you paid for it. And so what's actually really cool is that people are now like boycotting this upcoming game because they're like, they fucked us over so much. They're not going to like, they're not going to pre-order anything.
Oh, they pissed off the wrong people.
Pissed off the wrong peeps.
Star Wars nerds are coming after you. It's not someone you want to have on your bad side.
Definitely not.
I also saw this really cool stat. I'm pulling it up here. I emailed it to ourselves.
Gross.
I know it.
Gross.
So there's like a list
At AOL.
at hotmail.net.
Do you remember what your AOL username was?
JBGood19 at AOL.com.
Mine was Scooby Coo.
Scooby Coo.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
Nice. What about you?
Mine was Dark Assassin 13.
Oh my god. Mike had some very angsty, like.
You would have been part of the Cedar Lake Boys gang that Casey was talking about.
Cedar Lake Boys.
Who's the Cedar Lake Boys?
Apparently,
Would I
there's
know
some
them?
kids at our school that are
that
making like the worst,
Oh, jeez.
the
They're like
worst children.
forming a bully group, and it's like called the Cedar Lake
Where do I
Boys.
sign up?
Oh my god.
I want to
Johnny's
sponsor
actually
these
the
boys.
leader. Oh,
I'll get them weapons. I'll get them everything they
They
need.
said-
Just kidding. Just
they
kidding.
said they go around poking people.
What the hell?
Yeah.
They need to step up their game. I'm going to teach them how to suplex. Baby.
Oh my god.
Just kidding. Anyways, here is a list of best-selling video like consoles.
Where's the Sega?
Guess where PS4 is at, baby?
Number 1?
No. PS2 is at number 1, which I did have a PlayStation 2. 159 million consoles sold.
Damn.
Your
right here.
DS. Your DS is pretty good.
PlayStation 4 is right there, 92 million. Hey, where's Xbox One?
It's almost at last.
Yeah, exactly.
Game Boy Color.
Did you have you played, so Mallory was telling me you guys used to watch Digimon all the time.
Yes.
Oh.
And she
Ooh.
said there was a game. Did you ever play, was it just like the pocket like digi thing you had? What was they called?
I don't
Weren't they like
Tokyo?
They're like Tamagotchis almost.
There we go.
I
Toma.
was like, no, not yet.
It's not a street in New Orleans, okay?
Yeah,
Nope.
Tamagotchi. I thought they had a Digimon little thing.
Like a
I think
Digivice.
so.
like you
I don't think I
carried
ever
around.
had one.
I never had a Digivice.
I think I had one little Tamagotchi thing,
Tamagotchi.
but then I was informed that if I wanted more of them, I would have to pay for them myself. And I also just didn't.
Betsy.
I didn't like how needy that thing was.
It's like, hey, feed me.
Yeah,
Come
it
on.
wasn't for me. It was one of those where it's like, I need this because all the other 5 kids at school have one.
Yeah. Dude, you got to be cool. You got to be in that.
Gotta
And
be
then
cool.
I saved my money and bought a stationary set instead.
That's pretty cool.
Noise.
Cool.
Noise.
Hell yeah. Nintendo 64 only sold 33 million consoles.
Because when it came out, it was right after the Super Nintendo, and they didn't think it could like do better.
Well, it did.
So
Newsflash.
newsflash.
It's a great one.
So why'd you pull this up to show me that
I
the
don't know.
PlayStation 4 is indeed better than the Xbox? Because PlayStation 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down, and then the first Xbox isn't until 8. So
Yeah, I know. The Xbox
That's
360 sold more consoles than the Xbox One.
yeah, because Xbox sucks.
I just wanted to show you this. I thought it was cool.
Oh yeah, I'm very happy that you did because it showed
Maybe I
me a
shouldn't
lot.
have showed you this. Damn it. I don't know why I did this. to
Look at
myself.
that! Everybody who's listening has an Xbox One.
Oh, God.
You're losers.
Come
The
on.
worst.
It's not true.
The worst.
Oh, I already
Absolute worst.
One of my friends has a shirt where it's like a moon and Jean-Ralphio in 3 different
Oh my
like,
gosh.
spots.
Like the Howling Wolf one.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
god, that's
so
amazing.
great.
That's pretty cool. Not even gonna lie. Anyways, guys, we have some voicemails. And I think we just have one today from good old... Well, I'll let you guys just hear who it's from, actually. If I can turn this on.
I can't hear anything.
That's how it always is. Let's see. There we go. Okay.
God,
Hopefully it's not too
gonna explode
loud.
Yep.
in our ears.
Hey guys, it's Tyler. Just calling in because listening to the episode with Wroe right now. I'm sure it's not that great of an episode.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, actually. I had to wash the tablecloth after that episode, if that tells you anything.
Jeez.
Chris is actually sitting right in the blood spot. Thank God I cleaned it.
No IVs today.
I see the big stain. No.
Wroe's your guest. But anyway, point is, you guys were talking about whatever.
Didn't he sound like Nick Mathias for a quick second where he's like, anyways, well...
That's because Nick Mathias always is like, anyways.
Yeah.
Also, Nick Mathias, I have to call you out.
Oh, shit.
Because I blocked you a long time ago on social media because you spoiled something
Star
in Star
Wars.
Wars. And now Casey's telling me you're going around talking about Endgame. Stop it. No one likes to be spoiled anything.
It's just because it's so easy not to spoil stuff.
Yeah, that's true. And people get... they get a reaction from it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
what
it's
the
pissing
fuck?
me
Yeah.
off.
And people like some people get off on
Sorry,
it. Like
you're
Nick.
privileged enough to go see it on opening
Yeah,
night.
I'm Nick Mathias.
You just have to wait until it's at a $5 movie Tuesday.
I wait for it to come out on Blu-ray.
Yeah. Even then, he doesn't watch it.
Right.
Still don't watch it.
I remember Casey's dad, Aaron, got
Oh,
pissed
yeah.
when Nick did that. I
Yep.
thought, I'm like, this dude's going to
He's
kill
going
him.
to his house.
Yeah.
He's gonna burn his house down. Jeez. All right, let's see what Tyler's got.
Place Mike went to go eat, and I know it used to be called Dick's. Now it's called like either Steakhouse or Chop House on Wicker
Is that where you
Avenue.
went for Easter? Does that ring a bell? Chop House?
No.
I think that's it.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's a different restaurant then. Because we were all trying to figure out what
I
the
don't
fuck
know
where
what
you
it's
went.
called.
You're like, I don't know. And then I got some.
I
Like,
don't sound like, I don't know.
and you're like, nah. And then you're like, I got some chicken with marinara, and I was like, is it like chicken parm? You're like, yeah, it's chicken parm. I was like, nice.
Why do
dude.
I sound like this?
Yeah,
It's parm, chicken parm.
Give me a cigarette. It's Easter.
31. You guys are like way fucking off, and I don't know. You guys obviously don't drive down 41 that much because
I don't.
Ziggy's and all that, and that Salt Cave. That's
Salt
right
Cave.
by Lake Central.
What did he say?
Salt Cave. The Salt Cave is where it was like the strip by Lake Central and Ziggy's. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
he knows
Salt
where he's talking
Cave.
about. The Salt Cave, because you go into the Salt Cave and it like heals you. You just start living
Chris is
forever.
very skeptical about that one.
No. As
Wait
a
a
scientist, Carissa, as a fellow scientist, I can speak
boy.
for this, okay?
Oh boy, it's actually a bunch of witchcraft in there.
Bear witches. There's
Black-
just a
I am
bunch of
about
bear
witches.
witches.
Black magic. Oh god.
School and everything, which is almost Cherville. You guys are right about that. But if you're heading to that restaurant, you have to go past Shillings and everything,
Yeah.
the Taco Bell and all that. You have to go up over the bridge. You have to go past Walgreens, Shoop's,
Shoot.
the
Yeah.
Kmart that closed down,
Yeah.
Target.
R.I.P. to Kmart.
Yeah, R.I.P.
First
Moment
off.
of silence.
God, I had some good times in Kmart.
Damn, that's where I got Pokemon Pinball.
Did you?
Was that Kmart? I remember that day. Because my mother, I got in trouble. And my mother was going to get me Pokemon Pinball, and my best friend Mike was going to come over, and we were going to watch Cartoon Network.
What a fucking day, right?
Yo, I tell you.
Wow.
And my mom's like, you got in trouble. You can only have one of these things now. And
Either
I
you can
I'm like,
have Mike come over and watch Cartoon Network or Pokemon Pinball.
I'm like, I would like Pokemon Pinball.
Easy choice there. Hell yeah.
I'm like, I can have a friend over any day. I
Yeah.
can't have a video game any other day.
Yeah, you're damn right. I would have done the same thing for sure.
We'll sit all that shit to get to the restaurant. So it's like a good, 10-15 minutes depending on traffic. It's not like right by it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Wroe's not going to know what you're talking about, and you describing it to him definitely didn't help. So,
Thanks, Tyler.
yeah, just fun about that because it was bugging the shit out of me since I had to drive down 41 pretty much almost every day for
Tyler's
school.
throwing some
So,
heat our way.
Yeah, God,
Yeah,
Tyler,
I'll call
come
back.
on.
probably not missing much of this episode anyway. Like I said, 'cause fuck Wroe, but
Fuck
whatever.
Wroe.
Later,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, goodness gracious. What a voicemail. So basically just wanted to tell us that we were wrong on our directions and that Mike gives terrible like
He could have been a little bit
directions.
nicer about it. Jeez.
No, he's been nice for too long. I think
He's been nice
he's
for
reached
too
his
long.
breaking point. He's like, I'm no more Mr. Nice Guy. Like literally. Tyler's like the nicest guy too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We need to have him step in on some YouTube series stuff that we got going on. We need to open more Pokemon cards.
We do need to open more Pokemon cards.
Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em. Isn't there a new game coming out for that too? I thought the new Pokemon series.
No.
Remember our new?
No.
Didn't they like have new Pokemon out? Like they.
Oh,
what is it called?
Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's coming out in like November. So we've got some time before we get excited.
Oh my gosh.
There's a man-bear pig on the screen right now.
Man bear pig. South Park.
Oh my god.
You know
Look at that thing.
You know who?
Well,
Al Gore tries to hunt, made it his like lifelong mission to hunt down man bear pig
why?
because he
oh
thinks,
my god.
he thinks it's causing global warming.
What the hell?
Which is pretty damn funny. It's pretty funny. I don't know why Mike. See, we talked about this last time. Do you ever watch South Park, Carissa?
Only if other people have it on. So when I lived in Delaware, I ended up watching it a lot because I lived in a house with 30 other people.
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh, my God.
They would always have it on.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty ridiculous, but it's
It
so
is.
freaking funny.
Every once in a while, there would be something really clever where it'd be like, I should watch this, but then just some of the voices, I'm like,
Yeah,
Kenny.
it's hard.
yeah.
Mike doesn't watch it. I think you would really appreciate it, Mike. But I know you've got too many games to play.
Yeah, I finished the shit that I start.
Too many video games.
Well, me and Mal just got the HBO thing on Hulu too.
Nice.
Because now that Hulu's $1 a month, I was like, let's just tack on HBO since we want to watch Game
Yeah,
of Thrones.
you're to save the money for it anyways.
Heck yeah.
Pretty awesome.
So I got a lot of movies and TV shows on HBO that I got.
Hell yeah, dude.
I want to watch a lot of John Oliver, which John
Yeah.
Oliver is like a good comparison
To
to
Daily
Trevor
Show?
Noah.
One of my friends had me watch a segment that he did on wrestling.
Really?
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
We call it wrestling or
Call it wrestling around here.
You use
in
the
the
proper
leagues,
term.
like
those newer-
WWE wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And stuff, and how they have more like injuries and like young deaths than football does.
Damn.
But it's not regulated, and there's one guy that like bought out all the other wrestling things from like when we were younger. There were different regions of
Yeah.
wrestling, and now it's just like all of the states WWE.
Right.
And these wrestlers sign contracts that they can't work for other people while they're working for WWE, but
Oh my
they're also
God.
still only part-time.
Oh wow.
So they have no benefits. They have
like-
no health things.
It's almost as bad as like college sports or something.
Right.
You know what
Like
I mean?
it was horrible. And he did such a great job of presenting it and like going through like, here's why wrestling is cool. And it's like this guy smashing through a table.
Yeah, it's pretty cool
But then
to
going
watch.
into like, here's why this is bad.
In 10
Yeah.
years, his brain probably won't work as well as it did.
I had
because of
never
that.
thought of it. Like even
Yeah.
though they're, a lot of it is like it's theatrical, but there are still definitely injuries.
Oh
that
yeah,
happen.
when they jump off the ring and stuff, they're smashing onto
Right.
stuff, and it's got to jar their brain around, whatever.
John Oliver does a good job at like explaining things, but like also keeping neutral and like keeping to the facts and just making it very entertaining. Because
Yes.
he talks about a wide like variety of things, and you like one of them was like taxes, and you're like, this is gonna be fucking boring.
Yeah,
Right.
But he like makes it just so entertaining to listen to.
he's a great stand-up too. He's got some good stand-up.
I'd
material
love to
online.
watch him one day.
Yeah, that'd be a cool show. Is he on like the BB, like a British network, or is he on like?
He's on HBO.
He's on HBO. That's right.
The John Oliver Show.
That's right.
A fun fact is that Mallory's dad loves John Oliver.
No shit.
And me and Carissa love Mallory's dad.
we do.
We have like a
really
soft spot
do.
for him.
Nice, dude. He's a funny guy.
He is.
He's a funny fucker.
We'd
He's
be
like-
playing like CYO volleyball. He'd be like barking in the stands.
Yeah, he's here. He's letting the crowd and the fans
Be
know.
like getting people pumped for this like
Oh my God.
horrible 5th grade volleyball match.
He's like, yeah. He's swinging his shirt around.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's got your guys' number painted on
Oh
your
my
chest.
god.
Judy's like, oh my god. So
Oh,
freaking
shit.
funny, man. If you haven't called in and left us a voicemail, please do so. 219-552-1128. I don't think we have a guest for next week lined up. It'll probably just be me and Mike, or Mike and I.
No one watches next
Yeah.
week.
You're like, fuck this. No guest. What? But yeah, you should definitely hit us up on the old voicemail. Mike, what should they tell us? What should our listeners leave a voicemail of? What do you think?
I want you to tell me your favorite kind of soup and why it's your favorite kind of soup.
It's a good one.
And
I like soup.
if you could choose only one restaurant to get their soups, which restaurant would it be?
Olive Garden.
So this is a multiple.
All the way.
What soup in Olive Garden do you like?
Panera Bread.
Panera Bread is my personal
Broccoli
favorite.
cheddar.
That's Mallory's favorite.
But it would like if I was gonna pick Panera Bread, they would have to have their summer corn chowder year round.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Love
Do you screw around with those
summer
bread
corn.
bowls they get? Like you get the bread bowl with
I
soup
used
inside
to all
of
the
them?
time, but I haven't because I like to. I like to have a piece of soggy bread as my last bite.
I feel you.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
And then it's like, with the bread bowl, you're like, oh, I have all this crunchy bread on the outside. Like, I don't want that.
Yeah, what is this?
What is
I
this?
feel like I just waste more of the bread bowl.
You know what I think I could get into is like making homemade bread. Like doing the whole homemade bread thing.
Watch the Great British Bake Off. Because it'll teach you how to make bread.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let it proof for too long.
I've never met someone that has started making their own bread that regretted it.
I would love to do that.
See?
Yeah, right? Man, I wish I didn't have all this awesome tasting bread around.
I just got so much bread.
It's so fresh.
God damn it.
You like buy a plastic bag just to like pretend you got it from the grocery
Oh my
store.
gosh. No, I think it'd be something I could get into because I don't know. It'd be fun. You know, and you got fresh bread. And people always talk about how bad bread is for you. But if you make it from scratch, at least you kind of have an idea of what's going into it. Makes you feel a little better.
Isn't it still really bad for you?
It's probably your body can't break it down, I don't think, as well as it.
If Scott Pilgrim's taught me anything, is that bread makes you fat.
Texas toast.
Because that's what Ramona said.
Or right? No, he had like garlic bread.
He has garlic bread. He's like, I could eat bread forever. And then Ramona's like, then you get fat.
It's like, bread makes you fat.
He's like, bread makes you fat?
Wasn't that from Mean Girls too or whatever? Like Mean Girls are like, she's like eating bread. I thought that was from Mean Girls.
No, it's definitely from
Something
Scott
like that.
Pilgrim, dude.
I don't know.
I know my Mean Girls.
She asks if something, it's like, is butter a carb?
Yeah, that's what it was. That's why I got it flip-flopped. Fuck. But yeah, let us know what your favorite soup is, and if I should, and if you have any tips on me making bread, because that'd be awesome. But I don't know. Mike got kicked off of Instagram this week, just to let you guys know. It was a weird one. He was running around the movie theater Thursday night opening for the new Avengers game, screaming the end, and he was naked while he was doing it, live broadcasting, selfie style. And like he definitely got a little snippet of his junk in there too. So not only did he get kicked out of the movie theater, he got kicked off of Instagram for a little bit. So I don't know where should people follow you, Mike?
I like how every time you make this up, I'm always naked in some kind of scenario.
I know, because you
And
got
I
to be
always knew it.
explicit.
How else are you going to get banned from Instagram?
Many things.
I don't know. I don't want to say weird stuff on here.
Yeah, we can't have you be a troll.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my
so
God.
unbelievable.
Yeah, that's so unoriginal too. God,
Guys,
you're more creative than that.
I'm just sitting in a dark basement.
Yeah.
Who can I make fun of today?
Yeah, although I could see you might.
actually, here's another thing for the voicemails. Guys, if you want to tell me how Johnny got kicked out of got kicked off of Instagram, you go ahead and leave us a voicemail. Tell us how you think Johnny got kicked off
and you
of
should
Instagram.
also. I've been thinking about switching my Instagram name because I don't like having my whole first and last name as my
That's
Instagram
fair.
name.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about changing it. So if you guys have any fun ideas,
Juicy Johnny is my
Juicy
Johnny,
The
JJ
Juice,
for short.
What about the Juice Lord?
The Juice
No.
Lord? No.
Carissa did not like that one.
No.
Oh.
You can
I
find
don't
me
know.
at makeout_Mike on Twitter and Instagram. I actually posted something on Instagram
did.
for the first time in like a year. So
Oh, yeah.
yes, Carissa was in it.
I thought I saw it was last night, right?
It was
At
last
the
night
show.
at Trevor Noah. Yeah.
Whoa.
So follow me there if you guys want to see me. I do not post anything that of me nude. I can promise
Hey,
you
you
that.
probably won't get people following you now, so don't tell them that.
Johnny, where can the peeps find you?
You can find me for now at Johnny.Goodrich until further ado or further ado. And I'm going to be changing it probably soon. Maybe by next week if I get some cool, like, I don't know.
Suggestions? Yeah.
Carissa, what about you? Where can our lovely followers follow you and all your animal shenanigans?
Ooh, so I am on Twitter, but that's more just me retweeting other fun scientists, but there's a lot of weird stuff.
But
And I think
still.
I'm just at Carissa Thiel on that one.
Yeah.
And
The
then
old Graham.
on Instagram, where I have more of my critters and actually do have some nude photos. But that's a different story.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because I did the body painting.
You did.
Nice. Was that down in New Orleans?
Yes.
Nolans.
Craig Tracy he's a local artist, but he does a lot of really cool body paintings.
That's
and he's
awesome.
working on doing like body murals.
Mm-hmm.
So they were just asking for bodies. So it was me and like 25 other naked people. And I was like,
That's
okay, cool.
How was that experience?
It was really like, I'm glad I did it
Yeah.
because it definitely helped my body confidence a lot to
Right.
be like, wow, why am I trying to fit in all these clothes that fit all these other people when we all look so different?
Right. You can't expect
And
to
then,
fit
yeah,
in that same thing. you
Yeah,
know.
just kind of that kind of like at the beginning, I was like, okay, they're looking at me. Man, I'm naked. But then by the end, I was like, where's the pizza at?
Come on. Can someone turn the heat up in here? Oh,
So it was a
that's
really awesome experience.
That's really cool. So were you just there for like a gallery, or was it just them like?
It was like an all-day event, and he painted the first one. I've done two, and the first one I did was like a galaxy scene.
Whoa!
And I was like all dark blue, and then had like a blue stripe like down my center.
Cool.
Because I was just like the blue color of that. And then the second one, it wasn't like. It was just kind of like a color scene, but I ended up being all gold. So I didn't like, when I was blue, I was more like, ooh, I can take more like fun photos. But when I was gold, I was like, you can definitely still see me. I was like me, and I'm like.
You're like a little Oscar award.
Right.
Yeah. Naked Oscar award.
That would have been great. But it didn't hilarious. Like, the gold color just didn't show up as much, especially by the time like I was taking more of the photos. So if it had been a very vibrant gold, like that would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Or to be like,
that's hilarious.
Is it in like Guardians of the Galaxy or something where they're the gold people?
Oh yeah. You got
cool.
it. Was it hard to get all that stuff off of you, like the paint?
It was tough to get it out of my hair because they have you go and you like have your hair in a high bun, and then they hairspray the shit out of it. So I would just keep my ponytail in and like start shampooing while it was in the bun because like I couldn't take my ponytail out.
Oh my god!
And they paint into your hair.
Oh shit!
The blue came off pretty well. I did have like a little bit of red on one of my arms, and I was just like kind of pink tinge.
Okay, yeah.
For the next
few
days,
a little bit of a hue. From
like red is the worst one, but I just use normal body wash. Like some people would use like dish soap.
Okay,
and that would help a bit more.
Scrub it real hard and try to get it off. Not scrub
that
your
steel wool.
Oh Jesus!
Oh no!
Cheese grater.
Get a cheetah to lick you.
Oh, there you go. That'd be creative. You have access to one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I'm
that
just
is
like
so cool,
at the zoo up against the leopard, like lick me.
There's like some kid like, what's wrong with her?
Educator.
She's crazy.
That's why Carissa got kicked off of Instagram.
Like,
that would be. It'd be like a video.
That would be it.
But I am Carissa Explains It All 13 on Instagram.
Nice. Definitely go follow her and see what we've been talking about. All the cool animal photos. It's awesome. Really fun. It's really fun. Yeah, they're cool. Guys, you can follow the podcast at Cyber Shindig on Instagram, and I think it's Cyber Shindig Pod on Twitter.
Yep.
And Facebook, you can find us. I'm going to be putting last week's episode out probably tomorrow on YouTube of Wroe, so you can see how drunk he is in real life, in real time.
I might watch that.
It's a
see all the blood.
Yeah. The second half is definitely the drunk Wroe. Dumpy Lump Sum came out in the second half. He literally did. For our listeners, he had like 4 or 5 of my beers maybe 3 beers from this little kegerator, like 6% alcohol. And then we made him do a shot of tequila, which I guess was a little more than a shot of tequila. And what was that?
What?
I don't know. I thought I heard something. But Clayton like forced him to do a shot of tequila. And we got a video of that on Instagram. And he did a shot. And then he was fuggled up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Poor boy.
And when he went home, his mom was like, "What did you do?" Like I saw videos of him, and she's like, "You guys need to eat something." And like, he's like, I guess his mom had to like bring him downstairs and then had to put him in bed, and he wouldn't go to bed. So his mom called Sarah, and Sarah's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I don't know. I miss the dogs." Like, he's all drunk. He's like, "I know. Put the blankets on and go to sleep." He's like, "All right." I was like, "What?"
That's so excellent.
I miss the dogs.
I'm not tired.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he was. But
shit.
But yeah, follow us on all of our socials. You can call in at 219-552-1128. Go listen to our companions over our compatriot. Is that how do you say?
Our mortal enemies.
Mike's mortal enemy, the Dad Podcast. They're good friends for now, at least, until Mike has another reason to hate on them.
Till 10/10.
Yeah, till the new Pikachu movie comes out. God. But yeah, guys, thanks for listening. Thank you, Carissa, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a blast.
I'm so excited.
We learned a lot, which is definitely a new kind of thing for us here at the podcast. We're usually not learning too much.
Most we've learned.
Happy to
we
teach.
have learned so much. And thank you again for coming on. And thank you for our awesome, cool little trinkets and gifts.
You're welcome.
So fun.
Come visit me.
Yes, I want to come down to New Orleans so badly. Guys, thanks again. We'll catch you next week on the Cyber Shindig Podcast. See ya.